Well, we are back, huh? We're back at the 9 Club, everybody. Today, we have a special guest.
Extra special.
Jason Dill.
Special ed.
Jason Dill is here in the building, dude. What is
Can't believe it.
going on, dude?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, man.
I like your guys' show.
Thanks, dude.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
And hopefully I survive.
Hopefully we survive.
Right.
So, yeah, thanks for coming, dude.
Thank
it's
you.
An honor to have
It's
you.
funny with the microphone this close, I just feel like I'm saying ba ba. Like I feel like everything I'm doing is like, turn your mic down, Kelly. This is gonna get loud.
Well, let's dive right into it, man. Jason Dill. Born and raised in Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach was an interesting place to come from because I lived across the street from Ed Templeton. But I guess I'll get back to it because you guys really do the full spectrum nowadays. You guys really... Let's get into your fucking life story.
Well, I like to cruise through that.
Tell me all your
part
trials and
yeah.
tribulations.
Right.
So I was born in Huntington Beach, and I had a very strange childhood.
Strange.
Yeah, like nothing happened. That was. It's just it was super strange.
Was it strange because Ed lived across the street from you?
Well, see, the thing is, like, basically, let me just outline it like this. Like, from the time I was born to when I was about 16, I got my first apartment on my own.
Oh, wow.
We'd lived in already 22 different houses, apartments, trailer parks, motels.
All in the same area?
Warner and Beach. So it's like either Beach Boulevard that way was the motels because they were cheap down by Westminster. Mm-hmm. And then Warner Avenue was just a series of different apartments and stuff. And then Slater was the trailer park that my grandmother lived at. And that ended up being like the constant that I would go back to because it stayed there. Like all the places, like we got kicked out of like so many fucking places. And to me, like, when you're born into that, it's normality. I didn't know the difference. Once I found skateboarding, I liked that we moved so much because then I'd just be in a different part of town, new skate kids, new spots and shit. I didn't realize that we were nomadic gypsies. Right. So, and then also it's like when I was really young, not to, be all, dramatic, whatever, but my father was a real cocksucker. He just was like, just one of those, like son of a bitches that had a terrible upbringing himself. And he took it out on my mother, so I had to watch. And I grew up with brothers and sisters, but my brothers and sisters would always be gone with their dad, Alfonso. And he's a great man. I love that man. Like, he actually, like, he would like bring me Christmas presents and shit. Like,
oh wow, cool. Nice.
Feel bad for you, kid. It seems like you don't got it too good. But yeah, and like basically it's like, it was a lot of that. And then my father went to jail when I was 8 years old for possession and intent to distribute cocaine. Oh wow. And that was him gone. And so then right then I ended up moving with my family to the corner of Geneva in Alabama and Huntington Beach. Okay. And I'd seen skateboarding, like I'd seen Back to the Future and shit.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I could go down the driveway and like turn, like, on like a Valterra. Yeah. But like, I didn't know what tricks were and stuff. So like, we move again, which is by that time pretty fucking uneventful for me. It's like, oh, it's Tuesday, we're moving. Jeez. Big surprise.
But it must have been hard to move around and stuff and do all that stuff,
Just kidding.
Get a tissue.
You guys, I'm glad you brought me here. But yeah, we had a psycho childhood. Right. Like, I talk to my mom about it all the time. Okay. It's like, she's sorry. She didn't want it to be that way. I love my mother to death. Like, right. There you are.
You got a photo of you and your mom right there. Yeah.
Next to Chloe. But no, I love my mom to death. She's great. I hope you are like. I hope you love that apartment I got you in Redondo Beach right now, Mom.
There you go.
No, it's right now my mom's in an Airbnb, but it's fine. We're moving her to something else. But I forgot what the fuck I was talking about. My dad went to jail, and then I'm in Huntington Beach. I'm 8 years old, and we moved to the corner of Geneva in Alabama, and there was a kid named Eric Estrada. Now,
Oh, the Chips?
the guy from Chips. I almost wish.
Yeah,
I wish all these years later we would just give Eric a different last name. It's like you have to- but anyways, Eric Estrada was the greatest skateboarder you've ever seen.
No way.
Now I had never seen skateboarding like on this level to where people are doing it like off a jump ramp.
Oh.
You have to understand, kids. This is like 1986.
Okay.
So 85. You know, so Ed and them. So if I'm 8, Ed and them are like 12, 13.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day I saw them, I just kind of just went to this corner and watched, and then I crossed the little street and I watched from the other corner. I think that was just the first day. I was just like,
You wanted to get all angles.
I think I had like osh gosh bagosh fucking overall. I was 8 fucking years old.
Right.
So I was like, whoa, those guys are cool.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Right.
So I think like the next day, like I crossed the street and I was like, like
Got a little
like
closer.
10 feet away from the ramp, and then like someone was like, "Hey, can you?" No. I'm like, do you want to?
No words spoken. Just, yeah.
So they got like, I think there was this Hispanic kid Mario, and then there was this black kid Dennis. Dennis was fucking sick. I wonder what happened to Dennis. Like, God bless you, Dennis. You were so good. Like, Dennis would take their old boards, and he'd basically go home and like make a smaller board,
Oh,
like
reshape it?
like with a fucking
Chisel?
Yeah, and it was like I was so impressed by that.
Wow.
It's like, wow, you made their board new again. But yeah, they got me like a old, like I think it was like a Vision Old Ghost or something like that. That was like, this thing was so fucked up. Like it looked like it'd been in the rain and whatever, and it didn't have any grip tape. And they set it up for me and like basically helped me get it, and I was like, all right, cool, this is what we do. And I don't know how I did it, but I went off the ramp.
Oh,
And
really?
Wow.
And back then, you gotta understand, like this wasn't. No. The jump ramp was as high as the fucking table.
Okay.
And I was about as tall as this table.
Right.
So it's like going off a building. It's like Bart Simpson jumping the fucking Snake River gorge or some shit. I was just like, I'm gonna leave my arm here so it breaks.
And that was the first day that you were riding the board. You went off the ramp. Wow.
I just let out a really weird yeah. Yeah. So I did that, and then it's funny how time is, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like I'm hanging out with these kids that are obviously like bad kids and shit, and I'm watching like I remember one time walking into like a room of this one house where there was ramps, and it was on the other side of whatever, that part of Huntington Beach. I remember walking in, like these kids were watching a porno, and I was like, holy shit. I remember there was this lady cooking food in the kitchen, and the dude came up and started fucking her from behind, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
right.
I was like, well, I'm gonna do that. Rules. Like, she doesn't even need to be cooking. I'm into this. It's great. Like, once again, just for context, I was 8
Wow.
fucking years old.
wow.
You know
What kind of household was this? What was it? What?
Just kids on their own in Huntington
wouldn't even
Beach.
think-
There was so much of that back then. Like, just
Yeah.
a bunch of fucking kids with no parents. Like, it was just like, you know,
Wild Wild West.
it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was like, I got out of there as soon as I could, and like, so by the time I was like, yeah, so whatever. What age is that? So now I'm like getting into like 10 and 11.
Yeah.
And I'm full blown skateboarding.
Full blown.
And it's like, baseball? What, bitch? I ain't fucking throwing no baseball. And apparently I was pretty good at baseball. Apparently.
Okay.
I think I have long arms. I was
Yeah.
good at throwing. I could catch real good.
Right.
All that. But it's like your dad's in jail. I'm fucking playing baseball.
Yeah.
Like, you go play baseball, Timmy. Your dad's fucking right there on the fucking field. Look at him. Look at his jeans. He sucks.
Right.
You know,
Coaching the
your
team.
dad. And that's another thing. Wow, it's really weird to be sitting here and like just something hit me. Like, I hated everyone's parents.
Oh, really?
I look at those people and think, you guys are fucking losers, man. Like, how the fuck are you? Like, because I would see them like on baseball fields, like, Timmy, you didn't fucking do it.
Oh, yeah.
Bob, you didn't do it either. You're a fucking big piece of shit on the side of the fucking field yelling at kids at a fucking baseball fucking game in Huntington Beach, and you're fat. Like,
Right.
you didn't do anything. Timmy might just fucking blow you
least
away
Timmy
one
tried.
day.
He tried, dude.
Timmy might end up being a fucking, you know, physics professor, Bob. So I hated everybody's parents. And
Okay.
like, You know, and then I think also there was a thing too in me where I knew that the other kids knew that my dad went to jail, and I was like, "Fuck you and fuck your together family and your normalness. I don't fuck your Quaker oats ass family." So yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Childhood.
What a great fond time we have there.
No, but I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. I don't want to make you sad.
When did you move out of Huntington? What year?
I got out of there when I got sent to this continuation high school.
Oh.
Where they lock you in.
No, really?
What?
Well, like a boarding school kind of.
No, you have to fucking afford a boarding school.
Okay. Okay.
So a continuation school means that the setup of the continuation school means it's the entrance. Mm-hmm. It's all linked in, so it's a square. So once you're in, you can't get out.
You can't get out. Oh,
You're
wow.
locked in.
You sleep there? No.
No.
Okay.
It was just, it was in Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
And I was about, I think I just turned 16. And it was all me and pregnant chicks. It was all me and pregnant chicks and Mexican kids.
Like teen pregnant chicks?
Yeah, because there's one gang in Huntington Beach called Southside Huntington Beach. Mm-hmm. And the trailer park I grew up in was across the street from Slater Slums. Excuse me. So at the continuation school, which is, where they kick you out of high school and they're like, well, now you have to go here.
Right.
There was a security guard. And so I probably got there when I was 15, sometime when I was 15, but now I'm 16. And it was less than a year. And you couldn't wear sports attire.
Oh.
But as you know, in California, you get up in the morning, it's cold here.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's cold. Like so, I had like some Michigan sweater on or some fucking bullshit. Like something I probably thought like Keenan and Gino think this is cool. It's like some sports gear. Like look at this sweater I got. Right. But the security guard came right up to me and he was like, "You know the rules, Dill. No sports attire." And I was like, "Man, I'm cold." And he kept kind of coming at me, and I just, that kid shit. I just looked up and I go, "Man, fuck you."
Wow.
And he fucking ripped me up off the stairs, and it was like a whole like what am I gonna do? Fight a security? I'm fucking 16. I was smaller than Spanky. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
So it's like, it's like this little scuffle. And "You're out of here. You're so kicked out." They didn't know I had a ticket to go to Tokyo the next day.
What do you mean?
With Drawers.
Oh, really?
That company Drawers?
Yeah.
I was sponsored by them, and they were like, "You're going to Tokyo, and like, you're going to go with Rob Dyrdek and Jeremy Ray and John Drake." And
Wow.
so I was going to Tokyo for 2 weeks. I didn't give a fuck.
I mean, you've never been out of Huntington Beach, it sounds like, and now you're going to Tokyo.
I've been to Mexico with my mom.
Oh, okay.
With my mom, and I went on my first airplane flight was with, and it's not too long after, it was like 3 years before I was on my first airplane flight with Lucero going to a contest in Houston.
Oh,
I
wow.
worked for Black Label. Me, Lucero, and Mike Smith.
Wow.
But thank you again, John. So I knew I was going to Tokyo. So once I got to Tokyo, I was really tripped out that I was there.
I bet.
You know what I mean? Just like human feeling, like knowing like, oh wow, this is, you skated and this is what you did. And now being here, so I went downstairs to this weird hotel we were at, and I can't believe I was even able to make the call because I got a hold of my mom from a Japanese payphone. That's easy now. That's easy now.
Back then,
not in 1993. It was not easy. Yeah. And I was like, "Look, Ma, you're not gonna like this, but I'm not going back to school. Like, why should I?" And she got mad.
Oh yeah, I bet.
She was like, "What the fuck do you think you're doing? You're fucking going back." I was like, "No, I'm not." I go, who in our family's done this?
Like gone to Tokyo for
Who in our family's done what I'm doing? Like, no one's done what I'm doing, and I don't want to keep perpetuating some myth like we come from something. Like, no, I'm not gonna, and I don't want to do anything the same. I just don't. And I just, I have my own issues with the education system and how kids are treated and whatnot. And I have my own.
Well,
I have problems with the way people raise kids.
You said you were on Drawers. How did you get on Drawers?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I mean, shit. It was like by that time I'd been sponsored by a lot of people.
Oh, you had?
My first sponsor was House of Kasai.
House of Kasai.
There was a pro named Lester Kasai, and he used to skate at this place in Anaheim called Sadlands, a real famous place that Neil Blender and Jason Jesse used to go to.
Yeah.
And his cousin's named Terrence Yokozawa.
Okay.
And he saw me skate, and he's like, "You should meet my cousin, Lester." And I was like, "Lester Kasai?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, wow." And so I got on Lester, and then, I really appreciated what Lester did for me, but pretty quickly I was like, can I ride for Blockhead? Like, no one knows what this fucking House Kasai is. And then also living in Huntington Beach and riding for Tracker and House of Kasai and Ollie Wheels is not necessarily Santa Cruz Independent and OJ.
Gotcha. Right.
And they all let me know this.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. It's like, it's like why I'm the opinionated asshole I am now. It's like, you're not sponsored. So they tell me.
No.
The older guys. I'm like, not sponsored. You're for fucking Tracker skate rags and fucking you might as well ride for fucking Marshalls,
right.
Marshalls, Nordstrom Rack, and fucking
TJ Maxx.
Exactly. That's another thing that made me feel like, God damn it, I'm gonna get you guys one day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't necessarily have like really good sponsors or nothing. So it's like I knew that. But it's so funny because it's like I'm like 11.
Yeah.
But you still
But
get
I'm
free
already
shit.
sponsored and shit. You know what I mean? But it's like the boards I'm getting are so. I can't find a board around here. It's like you might as well bought it from Kmart.
Right.
It was just so fucked. Like it was like a dip board and it was like a Dragon Graphic and it was obviously like a Lester board that had been sitting around the warehouse for like fucking a couple of years. And I was like, yeah, go do new street tricks on the board that from the Vision Skate Escape contest. So, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound ungrateful to you, Lester. Thank you, but yeah, I got on Blockhead, and it was like Rick Howard's on there, and like, there's a future, you know, there's something, and so that was that, and then I had a good time and riding for Blockhead, and I was young and whatever, and then the opportunity to ride for Black Label came.
Wow.
And so that was like John Cardio when he started. So once, that was like, of course I'm going to go do that.
Right.
And then I was on Black Label. And I'm trying to answer your question about drawers. I don't know.
No,
I can't remember.
You can't remember. That's funny.
Maybe Mike Chernowski?
Yeah.
Maybe, you know what I think it was? I think I was at a Canada contest. You know this Canada contest that they would have?
Yeah.
What was it called? Slam City Jam?
Slam City Jam, yeah.
So I think it was Slam City Jam, like 90, whatever year that was when I was young. Like 6 or 7, whatever.
You probably had 101 at the time.
Oh, yeah, it was 101. There's a picture of me. I think I gave it to Sean Pablo. But there's a picture of me, and I'm waving like this, hello, and I have like some like Nautica jacket on that's like yellow and blue.
Kelly might have the same one.
I have like this little stupid pompadour that looks like this kind of, and behind me there's a building that says 101 on it. So it's like one of those like back then disposable cameras, whatever. Yeah. I think I gave that photo to Sean or Sage. I can't remember, but I'm obviously 16 years old. But yeah, so that was 101 in Tokyo then, and then. Yeah, drawers. I can't fucking remember.
That's
you got
funny,
my mind. Like, I guess it's Mike Tanaski. Mike Tanaski is really sweet to me, and he always like, I don't know. He always was like, "You're doing good," and so I think he probably put it in Ken Block's ear, like, "You should put this kid on."
Yeah.
Yeah. I rode for drawers for a while.
Were you filming at this time too? Like
Nobody
putting together
was filming.
Nobody? No, yeah.
I think we were only filming for a video part. Like that's what's so interesting. Like me, Rob Dyrdek, and John Drake go all the way to Tokyo, and like Jeremy Ray. Film shit.
Right.
I'm filming.
Were you demos? You probably right.
It's demos.
Well, you rode for drawers, but like you always rocked DCs back then. How come you never?
This is before DC.
Okay.
This era.
Okay.
Because DC didn't happen till.
Yeah, DC kind of was born out of drawers.
DC didn't happen until like 98. This is like 94, 5. Like this is when drawers first started.
I guess save that question for later then.
Yeah.
So you get back from Tokyo.
Yeah. And I quit school.
You quit school.
And that was like, snuff.
Yeah.
Right then.
Right.
Yeah, right then's when. Because I don't know. I've told the story a million fucking times, but whatever. We're here. 1993. Gino and I started skating with Brian Lottie.
Okay.
And Gino would be out here all the time. Basically, Gino moved into an apartment in Huntington Beach with Gino. Gino moved in with, who do you have in that apartment? Keenan, Eric Becky, in that Huntington Beach apartment. So we'd be down there, and then we'd come up to film all the time or whatever, and we would film with like Dave Schlossbeck, a little bit of Sock, and then Brian kind of kept pushing us to kind of like, I don't know what the fuck, I was so young back then. I just was happy to be skating with Brian Lottie. You know what I mean? Like Brian was so ill, like he's so good.
Was Brian on Blind at the time?
Yeah, he still was, and so Brian basically was like, hey, I think we could do a company, and I think it could be like a thing with you and Gino, and I think we could do it the world, and what do you think of getting, like, what if we got like Rob Dyrdek and Chris Markovich?
Wow.
I was like, holy shit, I want to ride for this company. And so And then the company was supposed to be called Program.
Which
is the dumbest name. Because it's like Pro-Am. Like you could imagine the
Program, right?
Can you imagine the font? It would look like. But whatever, that was what we lived in back then. Like, you know, it was like, this was cool at the time. Especially, you know, Rob Dyrdek and all that. But, you know, it obviously didn't happen. And what Brian did, which was really cool, was basically Brian was like, I'm going to go live in Hawaii and be a Buddhist monk.
Wow.
I fucking had it. And Brian, I'm right behind you. I might leave here tonight.
Right.
Go straight to the airport. Shut my fucking mouth. Fuck the world. When he left our footage on Nodis's desk. So he left our footage on Nodis Coppice's desk, and basically by that time, like, we'd filmed for like a whole summer straight, and that became Snuff.
Wow.
But before that, we met Brian. We met Nodis up at the Back to the City contest in the SF just to talk to him about it. And so when we met Nodis, it was like at a Subway sandwich shop in the city, and he was like, just so you know, all these guys just quit to make Plan B. I mean, all these guys just quit to make Girl.
Right.
And we were like, yeah, we were at the contest. We saw.
Well, we know.
It was really cool. They were so cool. They were all so cool. We want to write for that company. No. Nodis was like, do you guys even still want to do it?
Oh.
And we were like, yes.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
You're the one.
Right.
And I can't remember who even was on 101 back then. I know Andy Stone was on. I think Adam McNatt was on. I think Gabriel was still on because Chocolate wasn't around yet.
Oh, right.
But so that was Snuff.
Yeah.
Just to get us up to snuff. But so that was that was that video, and then that's when I felt like, all right, I got a fucking seat at the table. I'm with the guys.
Yeah.
I'm in the thing. You know, I'm in the thing. So. Did Spitfire ever come out before Snuff?
It might have.
Figured you'd know. I don't.
I don't.
But that was one. That was like the first video, like them two videos where I was like, I'm in that video with that guy.
And how old were you?
Still in those magical. When I was 15, 16, my whole life happened. 15, 16, my whole life happened. It was like
2 years.
It's like when I went to getting on the right company, because my 101 sponsorship was from 15 to 19.
Okay.
Which is technically just a little over 3 years.
Right.
But that's like when I went to New York, and like, you know, I made that video part, went to New York, and then there's Trilogy, and I'm in Queens.
Yeah.
The Globe, all that shit. And that's like, say Trilogy took about a year to make, maybe, so it's probably 18 we filmed that.
Okay.
I was 19 when they kicked me off.
Oh, wait. But 3 years is, I mean, back then it probably sounded...
It's a lifetime.
Lifetime, yeah.
I felt like me and Gino were on 101 for like 7 years.
Yeah, right. 3 years.
Yeah, I got kicked off.
Really?
You don't know this?
No.
Why'd they kick you?
Skate Master Tate over here.
I know.
Doesn't know this trivia.
I thought you left on your own.
I had nowhere to go. Gino had already been offered to write for Chocolate times, and I was like, please, just let me find a home before you leave me. Don't leave me just at the last man standing. And Gino knew that, and I love Gino to this day for that, because Chocolate was like, we'll put you on right now. Yeah. I went to World one time, and they basically told me, like, we don't have money for you this month. Like, we don't have a check.
Wow.
Like, the check you've been depending on, $1,000 a month, that's not here. So
take whatever you want out of that.
I told my friend Arson, his name's Arson, and I still see Arson. How you doing, Arson? I was like, you fucking get in your car and you drive to this back gate, and I'll be there in like fucking 10 minutes. And I fucking ran to the back of the warehouse. I knew it was like 5, and I knew because there was a guy named Leo that you had to get him to sign all this shit. So he'd look at your box, and he'd sign this shit, and then you would give it to Meg in Baltimore. You give the paper saying that Leo, and then she'd sign it.
Oh wow!
But I think by this time, Megan was out. She'd already done Girl, so there was a different system. But you still had to get your shit signed by Leo. So I knew it was like around that time where everybody's getting off, where I could like not be seen by the stuff. And I've 36 boards.
36? Wow.
I don't know how many fucking
How long did it take you to get it in and out of there?
20 seconds.
Right.
That was fucking
bad. I bet.
Dude, go. I just fucking shirts, this, that, wheels. It was like $1, $2, $3. I went to, I remember he drove me straight to the Huntington Beach skate park. I sold it all.
Sold it all. Do you remember how much you got?
Fucking like a couple grand.
Wow. That's tight.
And so that was the end of...
But that was rent.
Right, of course.
I wasn't like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a fucking, $500 bag of weed. Like, no way. It was still, I'm gonna buy an eighth,
And
Kool-Aid, ramen, pay the rent. You know what I mean? Like, it was still Kool-Aid, ramen, weed. Like, it wasn't like small bags. Like, it wasn't. But $2,000 back then, yeah. But like also like they also just didn't give me $1,000 that I was used to getting. So.
Especially when you needed that money right then. Like they didn't give you warning.
No.
Yeah.
No fucking warning. You know. I'm surprised that that even skateboarding was organized enough back then to pay me $1,000 a month. I was impressed.
Yeah. And you were am at this.
Like
were you
fucking
am?
skate and you give me $1,000?
Right.
Me.
Take it.
But like, was there a reason? Like, oh, we just don't have the money, or was like we just don't want you on the team anymore?
What's that again, Kelly?
They just didn't want you on the team anymore?
They just couldn't pay you.
Or they just couldn't pay you at all?
Kelly, look at my face. Of course they didn't want me on the team. Just kidding. No, I stole the shit. And Rocco was like, Rodney, both Rocco were like, get him the fuck out of here. That's what I wanted to say to you. So I was talking to Chris earlier real quick, but I said there was a moment on this show that really sold me on this show. It made me really fucking like, that was funny. So you guys did like a 9 Club where you were outside.
Oh, yeah.
It was for premiere.
We did a couple of
them.
the Flare?
Did Lakai.
The Lakai premiere.
Okay.
So, you know, you guys do the whole show and people went in to watch the thing. And then all of a sudden, this fucking man-child guy comes by and he's like, I'll fucking tell you. I'll kick your fucking ass. And he's up by Kelly and he's all pressing up.
Right.
He's fucking twisted. He's a twisted sister. He didn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And you see Chris is like,
losing the shit.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, hey, man-child, you know, we're trying to do a show here. You know what I mean? And Chris like brought it in real quiet and calm. He's like, what are you doing? Gotta wrap it up, kid. Got a fucking show to do here. Fucking no. And then someone comes up and pulls him out, right? And it's a little like people are flustered, like, whoa, that was weird.
Yeah.
And right then you hear sirens, like, woo, woo. And someone goes, damn, the cops. And Chris, perfect beat, goes, yeah, I fucking called them. Get man-child out of here.
Get him out.
And God, that got me. It was just it's such a simple little one, but it was like, you were like, yeah, I called them. Let's get this guy out of here. We got a show to do. No, it made me laugh so much. That and he's my childhood hero, but I got to throw you on the bus. I'm sorry, but the Christian Asoy episode.
Yeah, what?
Did you guys? I know I just talked at length. But did you ask one question? Because to me, the Christian Asoy episode was like, I know. I was there. I was doing the biggest airs of all time. And everyone's like, you were the greatest thing that ever lived. And I was like, right? Right? And it was just like, okay. And then I was in Buenos Aires, all right? So I'm on the cover of Thrasher. I'm 900 feet in the air. You might have seen it. I went up in a rocket ship. Because nothing could go higher than me but a rocket ship, and they studied it. No, I know. I'm the greatest propelled human of all time. No, Christian Asoy, you're my original childhood hero, but I had to give you shit. That was insane.
It was pretty good. Awesome. He was great, though.
I don't know if you guys asked one question, and I know I'm one to talk with the talking.
But you know what? Sometimes you gotta let them go.
So, anyways, back to me.
He's in another world, right? He doesn't even care. But no, sometimes you just got to let them go. Yeah. You know,
Does the microphone ever move this much while someone's doing this?
No,
like it's like a Ouija board.
But listen, it sounds.
Tell me for yes. Go. Oh, Chris, Raj, this place is possessed.
Wait, you hear that?
I got to get out of here. Sorry, you got to get man.
I called him. No, just get you out of here. Oh man! Well, thank you, man. I mean, we just try to have fun.
No, this is great. I'm happy to be here. Like I said, I like this show. I think it's great.
Thanks, dude. Thanks.
I'm an opinionated asshole, so I don't watch every episode.
We need to get more FA writers on. We need to get Sean Pablo on here. We need to get
Tyshawn, Sean Pablo.
Yeah.
And, no, it was so funny. Like it's so funny. Like being here now and like, you know, like. You'd be watching the episode. Well, for me, I'll be watching one of the episodes. I'm stoned, man. It's like fucking 2 a.m. and I'm just like, I get up early these days, but like sometimes I'll be up late and it's like, so I'm being telling a story and I'm like, I'm right there like you guys. I'm fucking watching it.
Yeah.
And then like, then Dill fucking came in and Dill was like, da-da-da and fucking da-da-da. And I'm like,
that was it, huh?
I did? Did I did that? I was there with you and that and the thing? Okay.
Pretty good.
I guess I did. I did buy Alex the ticket. I remember that. But I knew Alex. Like, that's the thing about Alex's episode. It was like, I'm watching it, and it's like, I knew you. Like, I wouldn't be like, come to my house. I never fucking met you. Come and live with me.
on MySpace. On MySpace.
On MySpace.
Yeah.
I believe
even in your top 8.
I believe cell phones existed.
Yeah.
Because you know why? I would talk to his father. Because Steve would be like, hey, Dill, what's happening? How you doing? Can I talk to Alex? And I'd be like, yeah, how you doing, Steve? What's going on? How you guys doing out there?
Yeah.
We're just kicking and, doing this and that. Oh, yeah, and then another thing was interesting for me watching Alex's episode. And Alex, I'm not harping on you. No, I love you. But what was it? Was him being like, I thought I was going to see Dill, like, do it.
In all his glory.
Right.
Ripping.
And, like, he's like, I thought hair and, like, photosynthesis. And he gets there, it's just like a drunk guy, shaved head. Well, that was my idea of fun. I was a little older than you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was getting pussy. And I was fucking doing drugs. Sorry. And, you're 16, hit the streets, fuck off. Like, make your own life. Go find it. Right. He did. He lost his virginity. He fucking, like, he did all these things. And, like, sometimes he would be sitting out front of the bar waiting for me to get out.
Yeah.
So? Who bought you a ticket? But, like, whatever. I love Alex, but, like, at the same time, it's like when I was watching that, like, kind of like, it made me sad to him. They think like, I don't know what you thought I was gonna do. This is post Mosaic. Right. I'm surprised I did anything after Mosaic. Like after Mosaic, I'm surprised anything got landed. So it's like, shit. I tried. I don't know. It's like go skate with Mark. He's not drunk. He'll still be Mark in front of you, and that's what Alex did. He ended up hanging out with Mark more. He sold me for better people. He was living with this DJ asshole for a little bit. I'm living with that DJ asshole. I'm like, yeah, I know. I don't like that guy.
Oh, really?
And then one time, this is funny about young Alex Olsen, is like, Alex did a good job of hanging out and like kind of being around like all the people that we would hang out with. Because like people in New York, they didn't skate. They were our friends. So it's like, they understood what we did. But like when we'd all hang out together, it's like everybody was doing their different occupations, whatever. And I remember one time I was out somewhere and I thought Alex was fine. I thought I gave him the keys. He was only 15, 16. I was worried about him. I didn't want him out all night. And, he'd always go back to my house on Prince Street. But one night, one morning I wake up and he comes in. And I go, where were you? Like a concerned parent. The whole time. I mean, even though the night before I was on like speed or like heroin or something. But like I was like, where were you last night?
Yeah.
And he fucking spent the night at our drug dealer's house.
Wow.
There was this couple that used to, I'm not going to say their names, but they used to sell us shit. And their house was psycho. It was psycho. Alex fucking spent the night there at 16 years old on the Lower East Side. And it's the fact you spent the night there, Alex, is to this day, I'm like, wait, where did you stayed the night at their house? He's like, yeah, they took me home. I was like, oh my God.
Like you wouldn't even spend the night there.
I had.
Okay.
But
But why didn't he come home? He just stayed there.
That's New York back then.
Right. So trilogy.
I suppose I was like 18. We started filming that, and originally it was supposed to be like a one-on-one video by itself.
Oh, okay.
Like it was supposed to be just us. Like me. Gino, Clyde, and Marcus, and so it was gonna be like one of them one-on-one videos, like how one-on-one videos were. It's like 10 minutes, like going back to like short how like how Falling Down was and all that, and then it ended up being like no, we're gonna make a whole like world like mix hodgepodge of like everybody, and I didn't mind.
You'd be in the same video with Prime.
Well, no, Prime was not in trilogy.
Oh, that's right.
20
shot.
shot. Right.
No,
They're already out of business.
Dude, they nothing against Crosby, Stills, and Nash, but
you weren't a fan of Prime.
Prime was the name of the wood shop. You can't think of another.
Yeah.
But I mean, being on that team back then too, with like you said, Gino, and Clyde.
I was scared.
Were you really?
Yeah, because you make a video part after Gino. It's like,
well,
it's like he does a trick and like everyone just leaves.
People quit skating.
It's like you just see like 16 Honda Civics just leave the parking lot. And it's just socks like put in his camera like in his bag, and I'm like,
I got something.
Can I try a trick on the table? Maybe you guys use it.
You had good footage in that video.
Oh yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
The one clip.
Leave it to Kelly to make me feel good.
Hey, of course.
Thanks,
dude.
Kelly.
Dude, the switch push from the line that you did the nollie 180 and then the switch back 180. Do people bring that up to
the
you?
Nollie 180 at Los Feliz school off the stairs,
and then you like switch push.
And then the switch back to 180.
That's like might be to me. I'm just gonna gas you up a little bit. Best switch push I've seen on videotape.
No, Keenan's at the courthouse. Because he's so dramatic. Keenan's so dramatic with his switch push back then. It was so funny.
Long and extended.
He'd be like, no, I'm swimming.
Yeah.
Like, Keenan would swim. Like, bitch, I'm swimming to the switchback flip tip. Like, right. Get the fuck out of my way. No, but thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. I think that was, I don't know. I think with Trilogy for me was, I didn't have much confidence, as far as like snuff and 20-shot sequence. And 20-shot sequence, I was 17, and then, we're in the middle of filming it, and I fucking snapped my ACL in half.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
And back then...
You didn't talk about that?
Wow.
No, it was back then it was like, oh, well, you aren't skating for a year.
Right.
Because that's how it was. Yeah. Like the surgery for the it was some like fucking Terminator shit. Like, okay, let me get in here and then fucking redo this shit myself almost. Like,
for sure.
The doctor told me I would never skate again.
Oh, really?
What a fucking asshole, whatever your fucking name is, MD.
What did you do? How'd you snap it? What did you do?
I almost don't even want to say it.
No?
It's so dumb. It's so stupid. But whatever, this is how you get hurt, kids. So I was at Hubba Hideout with Gino and Keenan, Eric Popecki, a bunch of us. And we were trying to film for 20-shot. And I don't know why, just on some fucking spazzy kid shit, I was like, Gino, fucking $5. Back 3, down the stairs, first try. And then I went and tried.
First try.
Snap my ACL.
No way.
Damn.
Yeah. So dumb. I never even did shit back then. I didn't give a fuck about no stupid fucking like bet Gino. I'm gonna bet Gino for a trick.
You're right.
You're gonna lose $5, asshole. It's like, why did I?
Back 3.
But I was just all excited.
Yeah.
Well, I've always had a good back 3. Gino's got a goddamn good back 3 too. Yeah. But that was the only area I felt like, well, I got one too.
Yeah.
You have all the rest of skateboarding, Gino, under your belt at all times. I have one back 3. But no, and so I snapped my ACL for 20-shot, and so I only have what I have in that. Okay. But then also at the same time, I got to thank Nodis again, because in my downtime of, you're a young kid, you just turned pro, like, now you have all that downtime. Like, Nodis let me, like, help edit 20-shot, and then, our section.
Okay.
And then he gave me, like, this video camera, like, I'm talking about video camera, like a Super 8.
Oh, yeah.
With the film. And so in the beginning of 20-shot, you see, like, there's that movie. It's my favorite film, Rumblefish. Mm-hmm. And, it's black and white film by Coppola with Matt Dillon and Mickey Rourke, Diane Lane, Dennis Hopper. I think it came out in, like, 1984 or something like that. But I believe there's another S.E. Hinton novel. She wrote, like, The Outsiders, and that was then. This is now all those. But I was filming it off the screen. I'm filming basketball off the screen. I'm filming like me getting high with my friends and shit. Like, and he let me use it. He would. I have to thank Nodis again for being very patient with me when I was young, because I was just a hyper teenager.
Right.
Imagine I'm a hyper stoned teenager that's like, tell me more about how you spun on the fire hydrant. And I'd be like riding with Nodis like down the freeway in his like supercharger car, and I'd be like, Jesus Christ, we're going fast, and he'd just be like, shut up. And just like, but he let me stay at his house and shit. Wow. And, like, I learned so much from watching him.
Wow. So in that year of ACL time, you still did a lot of stuff.
I remember Rodney called me on the phone at my mom's house, and like it was on like the home phone, and like my mom like knocked on my door and was like, Rodney Mullen's on the phone for you. And I remember being like, oh no, because I snapped my ACL. So I thought, this is it.
They're kicking me off.
I gotta say, Rodney was really cool, and he was like, Jason, it's a bad break, we're all concerned, giving me his fucking everything with Rodney was so fucking serious. I was just like, and I was like, yeah, so when do I get kicked off? And he's like, no, like, see what you got, rehabilitation, expect to be like mega positive. And I was like, my career's over. I'm a high school dropout. I'm so white trash. I had nothing to fall back on. Thank you, Rodney. But no, I recouped, and it was like, I think like 10 months later I started bouncing back. And for some reason when I came back, it was my lead leg.
Yeah.
And I started nollying.
Oh.
I don't know if it was just being really influenced by Salman Aga and Paulo.
Yeah.
But I started nollying all the time, and it felt good to nollie for some reason. It's like, I don't know why. It's like nollie stuff really started to work. And so that's why after, because if you look at 20 Shot, I'm not like nollying all over the place.
Yeah.
Right.
It came later.
And did you say you were pro at this time when you did your ACL?
I turned pro after Snuff.
After Snuff. Okay.
I turned pro after Snuff, but I remember when Nodis was like, all right, so kids, this ain't like nowadays. Ain't no fucking party with fucking beers.
Surprise.
And beers and bitches and fucking like all your friends like, ah, fucking you did it, dude. But fucking we always knew.
Yeah.
No, back then it was like, so what do you want for your graphic? And like, we're going to start working on it.
Wow.
So when Nada said that, I was like, absolutely not.
You didn't want to turn pro?
No,
Why?
Because Richard Mulder and Western Korea and Jerron weren't pro.
Oh.
And they were light years ahead of me. Jesus, they were so good. Jerron fucking Wilson.
Right.
Nollie frontside heel flip backward nose grind, or Nollie frontside heel flip tail slide down the things by Old
LAX.
World.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Like, Jerron would do crazy shit. Like, you remember?
Yeah, of course.
That fucking blind section in the Plan B video with the Beatles song, Little Help from Your
So
Friends. He
good.
starts it out.
Yeah.
And it's just, so it's like, no, Richard pro first, Weston pro first, Jerron. So I just, I wasn't even
But they
sitting
skated
there.
for different companies, though.
It didn't matter. It's
no.
the whole spectrum. It's
Right.
how it's seen. I do not go pro for these guys. They're better than
Okay.
me. Like,
Wow.
Nodis understood too.
Oh.
Or he was like, whatever, stupid.
Right.
I don't know.
So you waited for them to turn pro.
Yeah.
And then how did that?
I do a lot of things like this throughout my whole life. I shoot myself in the foot just to make sure I'm shooting myself in the foot.
Yeah, but I mean,
It
doesn't sound like
I don't know if anyone would believe it. It's my own humility, and it comes from my own insecurities. You know what I mean? I still have it.
Right.
I still have it. It's like before I came here to do this show, like I'm sitting here right now, and I'm like, fucking yeah, I'll say whatever the fuck I want. Fucking fuck a duck. Fuck you. Fuck Reagan. Fuck the world. But like before I came here, like I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna be talking. I'm gonna say crazy shit. Huh? So I get all fucking nervous but like, why the fuck are they even talking to me? I don't fucking talking about like, everything's stupid.
Yeah.
But no, it's like that little kid shit that still carries on. You carry that shit with you. But I don't even know what we're talking about.
Well, turning pro and stuff. I mean, it was a.
Tony-
It was a big deal though when you turned pro. I mean, you have your own board now, and
Skateboarding was muy pequeño.
Right.
Muy pequeño. You know, it was so teeny. It was so fucking teeny. Who knew I was pro? My ma. You know, like
No,
but no,
but
skateboarding in 1993, you guys don't understand. Like, I wasn't in high school, so it wasn't like going to high school being like, see my board? No,
Right.
Like when Grant Taylor was in high school, like skateboarding was much bigger. Like we went and picked up Grant from high school once in Atlanta. I love you, Grant. You're the best. But he didn't like that.
No,
when he came walking out of his school and he saw the big green workshop van,
No.
he was just like, man. He was so bummed. But that's why Grant rules.
Right.
He was, don't film me in high school. But Grant was like, no. Like, holy shit, you're Grant Taylor. Like, everyone loved him because, like, every different kid loved Grant at the school because Grant would show up at Nike's like, all right, store's open. And he would just sell Nikes. Kids would be like, Jesus, you have Dinosaur Jr. Nikes. You have this. Like, so Grant was like,
the man.
I think Grant dropped out, but also, look at Grant, like fucking such a success story.
Yeah.
Like he's like the mayor of Atlanta. I love Grant. Grant fucking rules.
But a lot of people knew. I mean, it was a big
small.
thing.
I mean, it was
though.
in the.
You know,
It was
you
within.
said
It
is small,
was within
but-
the industry. You know, of course, like people knew in the industry, and I felt that thing where like, when I turned pro for one-on-one, I felt like after that, I felt like I would see pros that I always looked up to, and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Dill, what's going on? How you been?" You know, it's like once I turned pro for Nodis, it was like.
You were in the club.
You were accepted.
No one was ignoring me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where before I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And the guy'd be like, "Fuck you." You know? And then now it'd be like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" And they'd be like, "Hey, Dill, what the fuck? How you doing?" Like, actually, I need a sponsor. Like, can you talk to them? You know what I mean?
They're
I'd be like,
asking you now, right.
"Fuck you." No, you. I remember when you used to diss me. It's cool. We'll be cool now, but like. I'm gonna get better than you. I'm gonna fuck your whole career up. No, I had that though. Because I was such a little kid. I had that vengeance where I felt like anyone who wronged me, I was like, I'm gonna sharpen my samurai sword and I'm gonna cut the fuck out of it. I'm gonna cut the head off of your career, and you're gonna be left for dead. But but that was few and far between. Most people were really nice to me. The first time I ever met Sean Sheffy, random, just me thinking of this, but
We love Sheffy's orders.
Yeah.
I was about 12 years old. and I went to a contest at the Santa Barbara Powell.
Powell Skate Zone.
What do they call it? Skate Zone.
Yeah.
They used to have these really great contests there. These amazing contests. They were pro contests. There was amateur contests. Yeah, and like, I don't even know what the fuck I was doing up there. I can't remember. I probably just tagged along with someone. Probably just got in a car, left, didn't tell my mom.
Right.
I'm out of here for like 3 days. I'm like, sorry, Mom. I do that all the time. That poor woman. But anyway, so I found myself up there in Santa Barbara. I'd never met Sean. I was a big fan.
Mm-hmm.
I never met this man. And he comes right up to me, and he picks me up. And he puts me on his shoulders, and, and he rides me all around the course. And like, you know how they have the course? You'll know
You're like
this.
on his shoulders, fucking skating around.
Him skating, not me. And so, remember though, this is Sean Sheffy and me at 13. I'm an ant on an elephant's back. I weigh nothing. He could have kickflipped the pyramid, I'd have been fine.
Right.
So, but he's just riding.
Life Sheffy?
This is the beginning of
Plan B.
No, because that's you're right. Plan B. It's like right when Sean had the graphics with Baloo and the boy, which freaked me out because I felt like the boy was Baloo.
Yeah.
I looked up to this man so much, and then all of a sudden I'm on his shoulders, and he's riding me around. You remember Powell Skate Zone? The course was here, but then to the side is where all the ill people, like gnarly street dudes that were way better than these pros at the time, because it was the 90s. So like Ocean and Marcus, all these dudes are so much better than the pros. And Henry. But then, you got fucking, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but you got like fucking this asshole still trying to be pro out here with his pads and all that shit. Like, and then over here, Henry Sanders doing the most psycho shit that ends up in Dave Schlasbeck's Turn the Other Cheek. But Sheffy had me on his shoulders, and he rode around, and he told people, "This is my best friend. This is my best friend."
No way.
And then he took me off his shoulders, and he said, "I want you to come stay in San Diego. Come skate with me and stay at my house." And I was like, I couldn't even talk. No, Sean, I don't know if you even remember this, but like, I'm sure he does, because Sean's always been so sweet with me. Sean's always been very. I met him when I was such a small child. Like at this time, I think I was in front. I had the Sean in front of me that listened to REM and like was a vegan. So it was like, he was still Sean, but like it was like, no, Sean he's a really big deal to me, and like for someone to treat me like that was like, I think that it's funny, like being here and talking about this. You're talking about yourself so much, but I think that's one of those moments where I was like, fuck everyone. This dude fucking just put me on his goddamn fucking shoulders.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I know no one wants me on Plan B, but still, like this guy, that wasn't even a thing. Like I was such a little kid. You know what I mean? But no, it was a big deal.
Never met him. This was the first time he threw you up on his shoulder. Wow.
No, and I think for me, I think what happened, like now I know that I said when I went pro, like no one knew. Who the fuck knows? Like nowadays, it's like kids are so known. But like, I felt better about the nose blunt side that I got when I was a kid on that bench than going pro.
Oh, really?
Because I did that nose blunt side for the trick tips. But like kids, like I'm not trying to like big myself up or nothing, but like I did this nose blunt side on a bench, like a tall bench, and it was a A1 Meats ad, and that was like my first thing, and I'm like fully like doing it. It wasn't like kid shit where I'm like, I'm trying. Like it was like it was like style and everything. I was like, that's me. Right. I can keep doing this. I can keep making it look that good because it was important to me.
Right.
I grew up idolizing Matt Hensley and Mark, and like you had to be a certain caliber, and it had to look a certain way. So when I did that nose one side, I felt like people treated me different. Oh yeah. But it was like San Diego people, because they knew I did it down there. It was the old benches that Ocean used to skate. Remember, he did the Impossible Up, front foot Impossible Up, 8th Street. This is not the new 8th Street. But so I felt like San Diego people were like, God damn, like this kid's doing it. And Sean at the time was in San Diego, so I felt like it was all part of that.
So he had seen you before.
Yeah. So this is at the end of me riding for Blockhead right before I got on Black Label. So it's like 13 it's like 12, 13, 14. Somewhere I'm foggy about it now. But anywho, long story short, it was like I kind of was just so touched by that. And then, I've known Mark Gonzalez since I was about like 8 or 9 years old, but not well, like when I was a kid, but I'd see him, I'd be
he lived in the Huntington area, right?
Yeah, I'd be at the grocery store with my mom. There's Mark. It was insane. No. Like it was fucking crazy. It was like, that's Mark Gonzalez. Wow. Shit. And I'd be like, Mom, she'd be like, who cares? Fuck, you pointing at some guy with a mustache? yeah, all that shit was just really important to me. It was like when I met Mark, he really treated me really good. It's like he didn't treat me like a kid. Right. I suppose Mark was like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you into?" And I was just like, "Wait, fucking."
Want to go skate?
And it's like I'm talking to Mark. You know? I mean, this is insane. And then I found myself, shortly after that, I'm in like Luke Ogden and Tobin Yellen's house, and I'm staying with Mark and them and SF and Tenderloin in the gnarliest neighborhood, and like these two bums outside were sucking each other's dicks and shit. And like, we were just like, holy shit. And like I showed Mark, I was like, look out the window, because I just went to the store.
Okay.
And when I came on my way back, I was like, because I remember a car turned right, so I saw
headlights,
Technicolor of those two homeless dudes 69 each other. Which you can only see if you visit the beautiful San Francisco.
Yeah. Right.
And I went back in, and they were all like, "Are you okay?" Because I must have looked like
you seen a ghost, right?
And I go, "Is there a window to there?" Because it was this big loft. And they go, "Yeah, in the bathroom." I go, and I never forget, Mark stuck his head out the window and he goes, "That's two dudes." No, there was a strange period, like I want to get to another question, but there was a strange period of my life between like 15 and 19 where I saw really violent things happen.
Oh,
and,
really?
I saw a man right after he was decapitated in Japan.
What?
Whoa.
Tokyo. We were driving from Tokyo to Osaka. It was me, Rob Dyrdek, John Drake, Jeremy Ray, and this crazy photographer named Nishi. He had like a 15-year-old girlfriend. And he was like 50 back then. He just died. He was on acid. He gave me acid on that trip.
Wow.
But I wasn't on it at this point. But yeah, we were on this highway. Right when you get outside of Tokyo, you're outside. It's like you don't think it. You think it's just like Blade Runner. No. You get to the countryside, and all the fucking trucks are like doing their like crazy stopping, and there's a lot of dust and all this stuff, and then fucking I'm on this side of the van, to where the window's here, and I think Dyrdek's in front of me. Jeremy's there, and John Drake, driver, whatever, people from Japanese distribution.
Yeah.
And we're only a couple hours into like a 10-hour drive, because it's from Tokyo to Osaka, and it's like, it's farther than going to LA to SF, so whatever. I think I'm listening to like De La Soul, 3 Feet High and Rising in a fucking cassette tape player, like something like that, and like the van drives by, and there he is, man. There the dude is. He got knocked off a motorcycle.
Wow.
And his head was off, and his head was in his helmet.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was like 80 feet up or something like that, and like, that was tough. And then I remember like within that year, or maybe right before that, I was in Northampton, England, and I was walking down the street with Ed Templeton and maybe Jason Lee and Deanna, and once again, right when it just happened, this kid just got his throat slit by a guy who broke a bottle. Jeez. And it was because the kid was gay or something, and Ed just dropped to his knees and fucking I never forget, like Ed like yanked off his shirt and made a tourniquet for the kid, and the kid died.
Oh wow.
And then shortly after that, the first time I ever did mushrooms, I was in Queens, and I was probably like 16, and I remember like mushrooms, I wish. So I'm in Queens about 16, and first time I did acid. Gino and Keenan and Jones Keefe, which is Chris Keefe's brother, they all had mushrooms that they bought off Freddie. Because I remember seeing Freddie at Astor Place, and he was like, "Yo, Dill, you want to buy some mushrooms?" And I didn't know Fred well, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is the coolest dude I've ever met in my whole life." Like, he's trying to sell me mushrooms. He's on a board with the craziest shape. He has like 60 millimeter wheels. Like, he's younger than me and cooler than I could ever imagine. And I was like, no, but I so wanted to buy them off him just to make Fred think I'm cool. Right. But whatever, like, Gino Keenan and Chris and Jones got them, and they were like, "Dill, you can't do them. You're too young." So we're at Chris and Jones's parents' house in Queens, and they're out of town, his parents. And I was like, "That's fine." I was used to that by then. Dill, you're too young. You're the smallest. And it's true. I was so much younger than those guys. But about hour and a half, 2 hours through their trip, I remember Jones must have felt bad for me, but he came into this room and he had this bag and there's a little paper in the middle, and he's like, Dill, do you want to do this? Because like we're tripping, we don't want to leave you out, and da-da-da-da.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And then I took the acid, and all of a sudden the Knicks game that I was watching with Patrick Ewing and John Starks and all that shit, like I remember being in Jones and Chris's parents' room, and it was hardwood floor, and I was sitting on the bed, and they were all geeking out in the other room, like playing like basketball with a little fucking door basketball and shit, and like I don't know what they were doing in there, like playing video games and shit. But you know, when you're tripping, like you can only interact like with the tripping if you're tripping, like, you know what I mean? Like if you're there, like I'm not, why is that so funny? So I wasn't trying to so I was like, I'll watch the game. Like, so I was just watching the basketball. I really liked watching basketball back then. Who wouldn't? It was great. It was a great game at the time. I don't know about it now. Sage tells me sometimes. But so I'm watching, and all of a sudden it's like Patrick Ewing's taking a free throw shot, and I tell you what, this man's face became on the screen. And then all of a sudden, the hardwood floor of Madison Square Garden was the hardwood floor in Jones's parents' room.
Wow.
It was perfectly leveled, and it started here.
On your eyeball.
It started at the tip of my eyelids, and it went. So I'm watching Patrick Ewing level. So it's almost like, you remember in Star Wars where like Princess Leia shows up, like, help me, Obi-Wan, you're my hope.
Yeah.
So I'm watching a hologram.
Right.
Everything else is black.
Right in front of you.
And then all of a sudden the door opens, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it's them. And they're like, Dill, you okay? Well, they all call me Pickle. Everybody East Coast, they all call me Pickle. Keith Huffnagel, Alex Corp, and everybody, Pickle. What's up, Pickle? So they're, Pickle, what's wrong? Nothing. And I remember it was still kind of daylight, like getting dark a little bit, and they were like, let's go get pizza or something. And I was like, yeah, let's do anything. I'd never taken acid before. I'm fucking flying. I never forget this. We get outside. Now, mind you, once again, they're on mushrooms. Mm-hmm. They'd never done that before. And we get outside, and we're walking to the pizza place. But right when we got outside of the building, we're walking, and Keenan turned around to all of us, and he goes, I feel naked. And it was I don't know if I'd ever laughed that hard up until that point. Right. But yeah, we got pizza and whatnot. And I'm bringing up this story because on the way home from Queens back to Long Island, because I was staying with Gino in Westbury, we got in the car and we're driving along 2 blocks. It's probably 9 o'clock at night. It's been a long day. I'm still fully on acid.
Right.
And we see a motorcycle under a taxi cab.
Oh, shit.
And we see blood, leg, arm. And Gino goes like this. I'm here, this way. Gino goes around it with me.
Looking at it.
And I couldn't help it. I was just like.
You looked at it. Wow.
So there was a period of my life where I was young, between like 15, 16, 17, where I just saw like really fucked up shit. And then, God, there's another one. I remember, so that apartment I was talking about earlier that Gino and Keenan and Eric had, it was in Huntington Beach on Warner. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot nicer than the apartments I had when I was young. So you're on Warner. It's a big street in Huntington Beach. It's a big ass street. I went to the store and I was like, do you guys want anything? They're no, cool, whatever. And it was the whole thing where there was only like one key, so I'd like hop the fence to leave. I'd like, or maybe I could open it to leave, and then I'd hop the fence on the way back. So I was like, had to go to Ralph's, like get my cup of noodles and like whatever, like fuck, like. So I go, and then I'm walking back, and it's raining, and it was at night. It wasn't raining too bad, but I'm walking back, and like the way it goes is like, you know, I'm on this, you know, Huntington Beach, big ass fucking sidewalks, probably like 9 o'clock at night or something like that, and 10. And there's a wall to my left, but between the sidewalk and the wall is a bush, but the wall's like, you know, about yay high. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I saw it, but I guess I heard it first. I heard like and then there's a car flipping towards me. Oh, wow. That came from, so if I'm walking south towards the ocean on Warner, it was coming this way.
Wow.
And the car started flipping, and I was so paralyzed in fear of what it was going to do when it got to me.
Right.
That. And I realized how close it was getting, and it's like it's a fucking Indiana Jones movie or something. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, it might as well have been fully engulfed in flames.
Right.
Like, it felt like that. And I, just on some, like, fucking kid gymnast shit, like, I just fucking burnt and just fucking bounced out, and that car, and it smashed into that wall, took out the bushes. So there's the bushes, the wall, and then a car parked for the apartment complex. Because the wall was only like this high. So it's and it hit that too. I didn't even look who was there. I ran. Yeah. I dropped all my groceries. I ran like a child, hopped the fence, ran. I got into Gino's house, and they were like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Yo, come on, take this thing. It's fucking dead."
Yeah.
And we went out there, and this chick was missing like half her ear and all this shit.
Oh my God, dude.
Funny enough, I'm fast forward maybe 3 years. I'm at some like weird friend's house. These surfer guys. This chick walks in. And she's like, yeah, like my dad owns this head shop in Venice, like, you know, the roundabout over here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. There was an old head shop.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, cool, your dad owns that head shop. Da, da, da. She's like, yeah, da, da, da. And I don't know how the fuck came up. She's like, yeah, one time I got in this bad accident on Warner.
No way.
Wow.
And this chick was a fucking moron. And so I was like, tell me more about that accident. And she goes, yeah, and then part of my ear.
No, seriously.
I met her. Yeah,
No way.
Met this idiot. And she
crazy.
was a complete idiot. She's probably still not alive now. She probably killed some people on her way out. But she was one of them. She's one of them goofy fucking bitches. It was like, I don't care. You know, it was like, you know. So this jackass. Her name's probably like Becky, some white chick with like a tan, and like
spray tan.
Yeah, her dad owns some head shop, or whatever. Actually, she'll know who she is. Yeah, you almost killed me, you fucking idiot. But yeah, so it was. I don't know. I still have a thing of like, I don't know. I saw too much shit. I saw a lot of fucked up shit. Like, and I had a lot of weird things happen. And then I started traveling all the time, and like, you go to different countries and you
see different
shit. Things.
Yeah.
And it really starts to shape like your trajectory, your mentals, all that stuff. And like, yeah. And you know, hey kids, I just want to tell you, like, just so you know, like, acid definitely had an effect on my nervous system. So I don't, you know, recommend it amongst the other things I did, but I think acid was the main culprit. For my, you know, like I'm sitting really still right now.
Yeah,
but I'm trying really hard. You know what I mean? It's like,
well, did you ever take acid or anything and skate at the same time?
Oh yeah.
Any tricks?
Someone just put this out recently. I saw footage of myself skating in the Redwood City School. You remember where down the hills? You know, it was like you go down a hill and flat up. Carol, sick line, feeble the table and shit.
Right.
Lenny and Josh ollie the table and Transworld together.
Yeah.
So that spot, me, Nick Lockman, Brad Johnson, Maurice Key. We went there because it was raining one night and we were all on mushrooms. And I remember like switch 50ing the table out of the bump, being like, ooh. And I was like, I could switch front crook of this. And I died. I just died. And I remember hitting my back like. From the top, because those big ass tables, and they were still wet because we're stupid.
Yeah.
We pulled them out from the rain, but I remember hitting that back area, like right here, and I remember colors just exploded out of my eyes and mouth.
Wow!
And I remember hitting the ground and being like, "That fucking hurt," and I was like, "Ooh, look at that." And it was just like it's like I threw up a rainbow, you know? Because I was just so like, "Oh my god!"
Why pickle?
Dill.
There was a Dill. This one's quick. There was a commercial that was only on the East Coast, and it was even before my time, you know, because I'm not from out there. I mean, my family, my mom and
the blasted pickles.
Yeah, no, it was another one. But my mom's from my whole mom's side. They're all from Braddock Turtle Creek outside of Pittsburgh, and like I was basically raised by them people.
Okay.
But there was a commercial. I can't remember, but I don't think it was that one because we would have seen it here because that company was huge.
Yeah.
That was the Stork that had the pickles.
Right.
Yeah. But there was a commercial back in New York where this kid would be like, "Hey, Daddy, I eat that pickle." And so the kid was asking the dad, like, "Hey, Daddy, I eat that pickle."
Right.
And so like I became pickle. So I goes, "That pickle." Like I remember like I hadn't talked to Keith Huffnagel in quite a while, and I got a text that just said pickle with a question mark, and I go, Huff. It was him. Yeah.
Oh wow!
And no, I know that it wasn't. I go. This is someone from back east. Like who's this from New York? And he's like, it's Huff. I was like, I fucking knew it.
Wow!
And all of them call me Pickle. No one from No one else in my life but East Coasters call me.
But why the commercial though? I mean, it doesn't. I mean,
I don't know.
The Dill makes sense.
I know they fucking told. Well, because I'm Dill, and then they had that commercial where they, hey, Daddy, get a pickle, and so they like pickle. I remember growing up like, Jesus Christ, my name's Donald Jason. Like, that's the fucking dumbest fucking name ever. Like I remember when I was a real little kid, my mom was like, well, we almost named you Muhammad.
No way.
And I flipped out. I was like, I want my name to be Muhammad now. Fuck that. I was so mad. I wanted Muhammad to be my name. I just thought that my name was so plain and boring. When I was like 6, you could ask my mother. Scout's honor. I decided my name was Bruce Lee Dill.
Bruce Lee Dill.
If my mom didn't call me by that, she told me, she said, I feel like I can remember it. She'd be like, Jason, and I'd be like,
looking at her, right?
Just like she'd be over here, but I don't know of a Jason. And then she'd be like, all right, Bruce Lee Dill. I'd be like, all right, at your service. What can I do? Let's do this. Because on Sundays out here in Orange County, LA, like Sundays on KTLA Channel 5, they'd play Kung Fu, the TV show. Mm-hmm. That with David Carradine, like Grasshopper.
For sure. Grab the pebble, yeah.
And then they'd play like Bruce Lee for like 10 hours. And I just sit and watch that. That was one of my early obsessions, was Bruce Lee.
All right, let's go back to...
Back to the Future.
Oh, you got kicked off of 101.
For stealing. Yeah.
For stealing, right.
Rightly so, I understand.
Yeah. And then, so what did you do from there?
I talked to Sal.
Oh.
And Sal had just started a company called 23.
Yep.
And I needed someone to go. And I love Sal, and Sal's great, so... And I always got along with Sal real good, so I thought, fuck, all right, I'll come over here and see what goes on. And we did that for a little bit, We got like Drake Jones on the team, and Ronnie Bertino and Clyde got on the team.
Yeah, I remember 23.
We did a couple tours, and that was right then, like, that's when, like, I don't know, something happened. I knew I had it. I knew I had it. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I was like, 4-1 came out, right? And they really... From the time they first did it, but there was a difference between the 4-1s that first came out to like when 4-1 was doing it. Yeah. Because when 4-1 was doing it and you got on the cover of the box and you had some shit, you were really doing your job. And in that time period, I was able to just like, I could film like a couple things for 4-1, get on the cover, and then people like, kicking ass. I'm like, I've skated once in the past 2 months. Like, sick. Like, But no, we skated a whole lot back then. But anywho, that 4-1 really kind of, and like they would have like the dun 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 dun. Dun.
Oh yeah,
I got a couple of those. I was
the
like,
dun
thank you flip.
So then I was like, oh, I'm fucking doing this. Like I'll probably be able to, like, I don't know, probably right before the workshops or something. Because that's still young.
Is that where you initially met Ave, who was writing for 23?
No, I met him before that.
Oh, okay.
With Anthony, I believe I just got on 23, and I'd seen him for like the 3rd time, and I finally was like, I walked up and I was like, you just come on,
ride with us,
DC, like in 23, fucking, you're gonna take off,
right? Let's roll.
And he did. He didn't need much of my help. Anthony was, a couple years in, he was on his own way, making his own way, but yeah. No, Anthony got that big time DC money. I didn't get that. I was supposed to write for DC right then, but I was like, no, I'm gonna make a shoe company with Sal.
Oh.
But no, like I said in that Bob Shirt interview, like if I got that, if I would have got that DC money, it would have killed me. For sure. Yeah, sure. So Sal quit us, and he was trying to make a shoe company, and so we were. Sal was gonna get the shoe company to get invested by a woman in China who created some sort of web TV for that time, and I was like, sold. I don't know. I was like, yeah, it's Sal. Like, I remember telling Sal, I was like, okay, we gotta come up with a name. I was like, Errol Flynn.
Errol Flynn.
What?
ERROL Flynn. He's an old actor from the 20s. Oh. And Sal did the same thing. He was like, what the man, Dill, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man.
It's a good invitation.
He wanted it to be, man, this shit's gonna be called Quota. Or like, he wanted it called like some hip hop shit. This shit's called Rush.
Right.
Shit, man, Dill, you don't know nothing about the rush this shoes give you. Like, yeah. No, but I love Sal so much. I thought, like, at the time, like, I could have been betting on the right horses. Like, like Sal could have made a shoe company. We could be sitting around being fucking millionaires right now.
For
like,
sure.
Sal could have made the next, like, fucking
South 23.
Puma or whatever.
Well, he's got that good design sense in that whole thing, too.
I thought so.
Didn't know it was.
No, I love Sal. I love Sal to death. He's great. But yeah, so that was that. And like, no, I've always done a really good job of fucking up my own career. Always. It's like, wait, you gonna pay me how much? And you gonna come over? So all I have to do is come down there and sign something? Nah, fuck that. Nah, let's just ruin my career a little more. I'm gonna ride for them for less, so I have to do less.
Right.
I know they look like less, but if I sign for this much and I tell them, look, I'm basically not gonna skate at all.
Right.
So if you have a problem with that, we have to know about it right now.
Didn't you tell it to Annie's?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Annie's too much. But I don't know. It's a funny career, man. It was just ups and downs, you know.
Right.
Like a lot of ups and downs.
So 23 lasted what, a year or two?
About that, yeah. About that, and then it ended up being there. Now we're in 1997, and Sal started talking about like, you know, I might want to do this company aesthetics and da da da. And I was like, glad you brought that up. So me and Anthony go right for the workshop.
Oh yeah.
But that's a funny story how that happened too with riding for the workshop and whatnot. I just remember being at that Canada contest, and I felt like I did really good. Like, I just. You know, not in the contest. It didn't matter if you did good in the contest back then. Fuck those goody two shoes.
Skill practice.
You know, you just got to fucking kick ass for some 401.
It's a 401 clips.
Get some slap coverage, you know, in the magazine, whatever. But anyways, I came home from that trip, and inside of Slap magazine, a couple months later, in the talk section, it says, Jason Dill now writes for the Alien Workshop.
Really?
And
before you even quit.
And I dropped the magazine. Like, I was like, oh my God, what did I say? Because instantly I thought, I must have said something to someone. But then I was like, no, you wouldn't do that. Are you crazy? You would never tell anyone. It's like, you were at the contest, you hung out with Deirdre the whole time. And like, you know, Scott Conklin, all them dudes. Okay, that makes sense. I remember being nervous. And I called the Alien Workshop number, which was 1-800-278-3787.
Wow.
Still remember that.
Okay.
And I remember, and this is before I rode for it, but I remember, like, I think I got the number out of the magazine.
Probably, right.
And I was like, hey, it's Jason Dill. Can I please speak with Chris Carter? Like, because I met Carter, you know, before, and I like really respected this man. Alien Workshop was such a big deal to me. You know, they came out in 1990. They were such a big deal to me. It was such a great company. Yeah. So Carter gets on the phone, like, hey, how you doing, Dill? I said, hey, Chris Carter, it's Jason Dill, da-da-da. Like, I just want you to know, it says in the new Slap magazine that I write for Alien Workshop, but I didn't say nothing like that. Like, I didn't say it. Like, I was in Canada, and I was like, and he's like, fuck it. I told him to put it in there.
No way.
And I was so perplexed. I was like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm on my home phone in my apartment. I'm 19. Like, wait, what? Like, or maybe I'm 20. And he's like, yeah, that's funny. And he's like, so you want to do it?
No way.
And I was like, absolutely, of course, yes. And then the next day he called, and Abe picked up the phone, and then he was like, hey, you're Abe. I've heard about you. This is before Abe was Abe. Right. It was just Anthony. And then he offered Anthony.
Seriously?
Because we were living in an apartment together, yeah. This is like, I had been going to New York a whole bunch, but I remember coming back and being like, all right, this is the last time I'm coming back to visit, and now I get to go. Yeah. So I was like, I'll keep this apartment. You can stay here, whatever. I think that happened with Anthony. And I think my friend Rick was living there too. He didn't skate. And then I went to New York and was like, I have an apartment in LA too. I'm balling. You know, but I didn't live there. You know, I didn't live there. But you know, that was the beginning. It was like I got on the workshop and then I left.
Wow.
You know, I didn't want to come back to California. You know, I don't know. I'd spent so much time in New York. I loved it. I didn't want to be here anymore. You know, I wanted to do more. I just wanted to see more. I wanted to escape.
Yeah.
Just everything. I just didn't want to be in like bright white sidewalks, bright fucking blue sky every fucking day. It's the fucking same fucking thing. Groundhog Day.
Sounds good to me.
Palm trees and picnic tables.
This is Groundhog Day. Yeah, just blacktop floors and picnic tables just staring you down into your soul.
Wow.
And that was another thing. Like I always felt like that. I always felt like whatever someone else did in skateboarding, I cannot do it.
You wanted
it's
to
like
do
I
something
gotta do
else.
something else so it looks different, it feels different. And then who doesn't like skateboarding in New York City?
Yeah, it's fun.
It's hard to get footage there, but like there was no one that was pro there, you know. So it just felt like home to me. It just felt, and it still is to this day. It's home to me. But yeah, that was that. So that's how I got on the workshop.
Insane.
Yeah, it's a weird story.
What did Sal say when he saw that?
No, we didn't even talk about it.
No?
No.
Because you were already off. Right?
I ended up having to get off the phone with him, then go eat lunch with Sal at a taco stand and just basically tell him, like, this is what I'm doing, Anthony's coming too.
Because he was starting aesthetics.
Yeah.
He wanted you to
but
come
he
with
didn't
him,
feel weird.
No.
Like,
He didn't care.
He wanted us, but he's like, he had Rob Wells and Kevin Taylor and whatnot.
Right,
He's doing his thing. John Iggy.
How long after was photosynthesis after you got on?
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, because Photo came out in 2000.
2000.
We got on in 98.
Okay, right. So you spent that 2 years pretty much filming.
The 4-in-1 section was a big one
here
too.
We go.
That was good, dude.
The 4-in-1 industry section was filmed in 97. Before, most of it, the front crook around the corner.
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
I'm on 23.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So there's a few tricks in that I'm on 23, and then there's obvious. I'm like switchbacks I flip over the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm on my first alien board.
You're like riding the bright green boards back then, right?
Oh no, I wasn't on my first board yet. It was on some whatever bright board they had in the warehouse.
that was when you guys got announced, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, so fucking 4-1 came out, then Photo came out, and then I've said it before in interviews. It's like that was the best time of my life. Like that period, basically my life through 1998 through 2003 was not 1998 to 2005 was the most time I went without having repercussions from drugs and alcohol and all that. You know what I mean? Like mainly drugs. Like I was like, woo. It just all went and it worked. Right. But Photo worked. Yeah. It just worked. It was just one of those things. It's also with Alien Workshop, they were the only serious company. There was no other company that was serious. And what I mean by that, there was no inside jokes. Everything was fucking serious as death. Like graphics, presentation, it all had to look a certain way. So when you would film for photosynthesis, you'd be with Bill and you like how he filmed or Joe Castrucci or whatever, but when it came down to the making of this film, it was up to Mike Hill and Joe Castrucci, how it was gonna look aesthetically, and you just gave it all to them.
Right.
Absolutely. Now I make all the video stuff with Benny, just me and him, but that's how it was. So I had that complete faith in it coming out better than what I could imagine. So what came out was incredible.
Yeah.
We were at some premiere in Philadelphia, and I had no idea. They recorded my voice and shit. I didn't know that.
But you had no idea.
I swear to God.
Really?
I don't believe in God, but
yeah,
I swear to fucking spiritual guidance. Yeah. So they recorded them conversations. Carter would record me.
So the first time you saw the video was at a premiere?
Edited everything. I didn't
way.
see my part before it came out. No,
really?
No.
Did you choose the song too?
I chose the song.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I chose the song. I mean, I skated a Radiohead, but at least I use a fucking B-side. You know what I'm saying? Don't skate to the hit song.
You don't want skate to creep?
But that's the thing. It was a B-side off OK Computer. The B-side off of OK Computer was, when they came out with OK Computer, they did 10 B-sides. And it was everything from Waiting in the Aisle to fucking Pearly, and then Melatonin, and then there was Polyethylene Part 1 and 2. And to me it just felt like I don't know, to me it's believe it or not, there was this bar in Ohio, and it was called the Comet, and it was in Cincinnati, and I liked going there. It was this weird bar at the top of this hill, and it was a real fucking weird neighborhood, and just bizarre, just a bizarre bar, blue collar. And I remember I went in there. I never heard of no band called the White Stripes, and neither did the rest of the fucking world. No one knew who this fucking band, the White Stripe, was. And I remember that I already told them that I wanted Polyethylene Radiohead. Because this bar was right by Joe Castrucci's house. So I'd stumble into his house drunk. Hey, guess what? I fucking love this other song. And so they were right about to make it, and I was like, no, I heard this song by the band called the White Stripes. It's called Jimmy the Explorer. And it's on their first album, and it's just psycho. It's talking about a monkey jumping on the bed, and his eyes are bleeding, and the walls are turning. It was just it was psycho. It was really crazy. This isn't the first time I've been turned down by a song. I've been turned down for a song.
Right.
Greg Hunt's turned me down for a song. They've been that's crazy. But anywho, there was a minute where I was this band, the White Stripes, no one knows who they are. Because they didn't. No one knew who they were. So I was going to use a song called Jimmy the Explorer, and if you look it up, the song fucking rules.
They didn't want to use it.
No, they were back to Radiohead, though. And I was okay.
They never made a rough cut of it?
No.
Which shoe company were you on back then?
Vita.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I moved, was I already on when I... No, on 23 I wasn't on anything. I was skating like Fila's and shit.
Oh, okay.
Pete Sampras shoes.
Yeah, I love that fucking shoe.
Pete Sampras.
Yeah, that
I remember that tennis. Yeah,
he had one shoe. It was white, gray, black, white, gray, blue, navy. I mean, dude, I skated an Air Max 95. Like,
Yeah, dude. That
crazy.
clip down the street in Santa Monica.
Was that here?
Yeah, at the post office, I think. But you like all the way up.
Oh,
the
those are
skinny
Air
leg.
Max 93.
Oh, yeah.
Air Max 93. Yeah. When I do the nose wheeling on the thing, my like rave outfit. It's like all
the post office,
diesel
right.
gear. There was like a time in the 90s I just loved diesel gear and like all rave looking gear. Like I don't know, it's like terry cloth like jackets and like terry cloth pants and shit. It was weird, a lot of weird fashion. But Vita was a shoe company that Nodis did with a few other people, and I don't really want to talk about it. So let's keep it going.
Okay.
All respect to Nodis. Like he was just along for the ride as long as I was. Well as he was just. Nodis was like, I'm still here, fucking whatever.
Let's
do
do it.
He didn't give a shit by then. You know?
Right. How long were you on Alien total?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah. Oh, did I just give my age away? Oh,
Wow. You just
15 years
turned
old?
kids, I'm 72.
You just turned 18.
72. Now, so I was on 15
years.
15 fucking years. I'm finally gonna relax now. It's
That's
taken about an hour
Kick
since I've been here.
back, pull that microphone.
So 15 years. Yeah.
Wow.
15 years. I was on Alien Workshop. It was from 2000. Yeah, right. It was from 1998 to 2013.
Jeez, what a run.
Yeah,
was it hard leaving?
Of course. Photosynthesis and mosaic and minefield. Like,
Right.
By the time I got to minefield, I was a wreck. But,
Were you?
Yeah, I had a hard time putting that thing together.
Oh, yeah?
I had a hard time staying alive for that video.
Oh.
But that was probably the worst shape I was ever in. Was minefield area, and then a couple of my friends died, like back to back, and drugs, and
Wow.
it's like, oh wow, I do those drugs.
Yeah.
So that shit, and then
Did you feel like you could be next?
I still could be next. It's just like I always have a hand in the fire, but not drugs. I don't do drugs. I don't have none of that. It's like the way I look at drugs now. It's interesting. It's like I couldn't imagine being on pills now. Like it kind of makes me sick. Like if I think I start to get my palms get sweaty, and I'm just like I get real geeked out if I think about smoking speed or something.
Oh yeah.
God, I used to like smoking speed. But like it's like it's just different. It's like you get older, and it's just like you're like and then also it's like I have so much responsibility, and I have so much like there's so much that goes on an everyday basis in my decisions that affect so many people that I can't live in oblivion,
Right.
and I did, and like I'm not afraid to admit it. It's like whatever. There was a decade where I blacked out every night.
Yeah.
Every night.
Wow.
I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I just chose to do that, and like a lot of it happened, like basically like right after Mosaic and beyond. Like kind of around that time is when it was like, all right, we're really going to check out every night as far as we can go, as far as recognizing reality in front of you.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter where you were.
No.
You do that at home, do it at the bar.
Did you just decide to get sober one day, or did you?
I had this wonderful woman living with me, and she didn't speak very much English, but she was so great, and she was my girlfriend at the time, and I just knew, I was like, you have to leave. I felt something brewing in me.
Oh wow, you told her.
I felt something brewing in me. I felt like I didn't feel right.
Okay.
This is 2008, and she got really upset, and I was like, you gotta go, and she didn't understand. Like, she knew I was on drugs, but she didn't, like, because in France pills aren't like a huge problem. You know what I mean? Like, and no one she knew was like taking like 25 Vicodin a day and like drinking and like doing shit like drinking Dayquil like while you're drinking booze and taking Vicodin and like doing speed. So it was like she knew that I was putting a blender of substances in me, because she knew I she would see it. I'd stay up till 7 a.m. and she would be in bed, and then I'd wake up at like 6 the next day. I mean, the whole time she was there with me at my apartment, we went to Central Park once. That was the only time I saw daytime. There was 1 year I didn't see daytime.
Wow.
And just that day I saw it.
Wow.
Maybe like 9 months of no daytime.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah,
I was
seriously.
bad, man. I was bad. But yeah, so when I sent her home the very next day, like, whatever, I did my daily routine. I just felt like I had like, that movie Hellraiser? It's that ball with all the spikes.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like that was going back and forth in my stomach.
Hmm.
And I just felt like razor pains. And you would think I'd be like, okay, this is it. You know, let's draw it right here. No,
Right.
I went out and copped.
Yeah.
I got more pills. And then I found myself at this bar that my friend's brother was working at. It was the bar below Niagara, for anyone who remembers that. There was that fancy fucking bullshit bar where you had to like go downstairs. It was supposed to be secret, but whatever. Fuck that stupid fucking bullshit.
Don't tell anyone.
That's when New York got so dumb. It's like, oh, it's a secret bar. You got to know the guy from Maroon 5. Oh, we're going to go to the Jane Hotel. Fuck your Jane Hotel. Fuck your hotel parties. Fuck the Beatrice. Fuck it all. There's
Maroon.
like 3 people who know what I'm talking about right now.
Maroon 5.
But I did my night. I went out and, Jameson and, Jameson, Stella, and Vicodin. Percocets, whatnot. And the next day I woke up and I threw up blood everywhere.
Wow.
I threw up blood everywhere. It's like the first puke was as big as this table. It was all blood. It just looked like red wine, just poured on the
That
floor.
must have scared the shit out of you.
Yeah, and I never
photo of
called
that in the Epically Later, right?
Yeah. And then and I took that. They leave it to me on the way out. This is
look
for
what I
the
did.
books.
Look what I did.
Yeah, hold on, paramedics.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'd never called 911 before.
You called 911.
Yeah, I called 911 and I passed out.
Passed
Whoa.
out in the apartment. So you don't even remember them coming in and taking you out.
You know, it's funny, and I don't know. I think anyone who's ever been in something like this, you're so hazy. I almost felt like I beat them to the door, because I think something got in me where I was like, I have to make it to the stairs, because if they see what I've already done in there, they're going to tell the doctors.
Oh,
So I don't want them knowing. I just
Right.
fucking puked up a fucking 2 gallons of blood or whatever came out of me. So I remember, I do believe, yeah, for sure. I got to like the few stairs below me and
Wow.
they'd come in the front door, however they fucking got in. But I remember thinking like, and how drug addict mentality is that?
I was just
Get outside, because they're going to see all the blood inside your fucking, that
I was
came
just
out of
gonna
your
say,
body.
I would be like, look what I need help. Look what I just did.
That's the thing. It's like, I like on one hand, people are like, oh, you probably talk so good about drugs all these years, which I had really good experiences with drugs. It's like I had fun. I had great sex with women and fucking got to party for like fucking crazy places in different countries, and just like I was always ready for whatever you got.
Right.
You have crystal meth, let's do it. It's like I was, it's like let's just fucking let's party. Come on, right? Let's not have any rules here, because the rules are no fun.
Right.
So I'm sorry, I've definitely, what do they call it with drugs?
Experienced it?
No, when you talk good about it, I forgot. See, kids, what drugs does.
I don't even
There
know.
there goes all of my linguistics. All gone. My vernacular is nothing. I have words. I have the biggest words. I have the best words. I glamorize drugs.
Oh, yeah.
In my
Okay.
interviews and stuff like that. And fuck you. No, just kidding. No, there's, I had good experience. Obviously, I was one of those. I don't know. If you're someone who like, I came up with kids that would take like 8 hits of acid. That's crazy.
It's insane.
Like, how the fuck are you still alive? I did like 2.
Right.
And like, how did you I always felt like I was behind. But then I guess by the time I got older, I was like experienced enough where I was like, watch this. Whoa, you did that. I'm like, let's party. So,
Crazy.
yeah, so I never meant to glamorize it. I guess I'm always just talking about my own experience. I'm like, look, kids,
right.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
The life on it's not easy. Like one of the hardest jobs I ever had was being a drug addict. And this like sounds so dramatic, but it's true. Like no one wants to run through the snow sweating to go meet someone.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Why are you sweating in the snow?
No reason to sweat.
I gotta get to 11th Street. It's like, it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid, but at the same time, it's like my own little
It's your
experience
t-
that I
yeah,
had,
yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
whatever. And like, obviously, I made it to this. I had a whole fucking career, made like 20 goddamn video parts. So I kiss my fucking ass. But
So at that point in time when you were really low and you were going to the hospital, that was a time when you were getting off Alien?
I don't want to talk about this anymore. Why are you guys on such negative shit?
I'm trying to bring it back up.
No, it's good.
I'm trying to bring it back up.
So I'm on Alien, and like, let's just fast forward. I get out of the hospital. One of my really, really good friends died, and he was like my guy. You know what I mean? It was like my last of the Mohicans as far as like whoa, you did all that? I don't feel so bad about myself.
Right, okay.
You just did bad. I saw you. I'm only smoking crack. You're green crazy. But yeah, he was my good friend, and he died, and it was because of drugs. And then I remember one time I was in Brooklyn. It was like the last apartment I was in New York that I had, and I was living in like a basement, like of these friends. I like lived in the bottom part. It was nice. It was fine. But I remember going outside and it was snowing, and I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you have to do here? What do you do in New York? All you used to do was hang out with your friends and party. Now you don't." So I kind of was just making shit. Like, I've been making postcards for years. Like, ever since I was young. I make people postcards. And what you do is, take any piece of cardboard you can find anywhere. You can find it in motels, whatever, and, like, you could put shit on it with glue.
Right.
All you need is a stamp. Stamps are cheap. So I've been making postcards forever. I love postcards. I like making little collages, whatever. So I was doing stuff like that. I think I made a couple of my first photo books in that time period, like, because I've been taking photos for a long time, because when you party and get naked with people, it's fun to take pictures of it. Yeah. So I published a couple like real, low key photo books with like people in Japan and stuff like that. And I think I had no idea what I was doing.
Right.
I started dating a girl who was really young, and she was awesome, but it was also like, what am I doing? Like, what am I really doing anymore? And then just knowing that you have the ability to skate on a high level and not doing it, it's like you feel guilty inside. You know you can do it. You know it's out there. You know that every day in California, like, it's bright and sunny, 75, everybody's been fucking ripping and doing their thing, and you just sit inside your house, it's snowing. So I think I came across that realization, and so yeah, I'm fast forwarding a bit, but
that's all right.
I packed up and I was like, Anthony, I'm gonna move. I'm just gonna leave New York, and can I come stay with you? And first I stayed with a girl I knew, who no involvement with her, but just a friend of mine, and then kind of ease my way into like putting myself at Anthony's house.
Okay.
Like, stepbrothers, like, but once I got to Anthony's, like, dude, I was so tweaked. Like, I remember I brought a board with me. It was one of the first times I brought my board with me from the East Coast. Usually I just leave it and I'll set something up in California. But I brought a Grant Taylor board that had like a shape, because Grant had just like turned pro then. It's like 2011 or 12. And it was like a crazy shape, and I bought these roller skate wheels from a store in New York City.
Okay.
Like a store that sold roller skate wheels. They thought they looked cool. They were like clear.
Kryptonics or whatever?
Yeah. And I had some indies or whatever, and I remember we went to the North Hollywood Park, and it was like the first like few months it was there. It was just me and Abe. And like I probably hadn't skated in a year. I think that's the longest I've ever gone. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kelly just looked at me with the most broken heart, little boy eyes, like puppy dog eyes. He was like, "Wait, Jason Dill, why would you do that?" It's kidding, Kelly. It's kidding. But I remember I pulled that shit out. I remember Abe was like looking at my board, and I skated, and I feel like I skated pretty good. And then when we went to go skating, and he's like, "Dude, come on, what the fuck?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "You gotta set up a new board." I was like, I don't want to. This is cool. And he was like, no. And he set me up like a regular board. Okay. And see what he's riding and shit. And then I found myself in New Zealand on like a Vans tour.
Really?
Like all of a sudden, boom, we're doing it. Like we're in the streets, we're doing it. And I was living at his house and just fucking every day, just like boom, boom, let's go. Fucking schoolyard, this, that. Like go to New Zealand on a Vans tour. And then we're fucking doing this. And then it was like, okay, shit, let's get everybody together. It's like, hey, fuckers, let's go on tour. And it's like, it's Tyler, Dylan, me. Like, let's go fucking kick ass. Let's make this Transworld thing. Like, we're the workshop. We're fucking bitching. Let's stay on top. Let's fucking do it. Like, Grant Taylor, Dylan, ride for the same team. Yeah. How come fucking no one sees this? This is bullshit. Let's do it. And then the whole time, Alien's being bought and sold. Like, so I'm like, I don't care. Fucking, this is still real deal. We're still top notch. We're fucking, we're the workshop. We got this. And then I started to realize we don't got this.
No. How was leaving Alien though? Was it it was tough.
Yeah.
How did it go down?
So, like I said, like when we made that Transworld Cinematographers Project thing, I hate saying that title, and I'll never say it again.
Why? Why do you hate saying that?
You say it.
It's a pretty shitty name for
cinematographer.
Shut up.
I had a great little section in that video. Let me tell you.
No, you did some shit. You know the video that we share is someone alerted me to this. The video that we're in together is Fernando's video. listen.
Fernando.
You have a. Oh no, I'm sorry, Fernando. You made LA County.
LA County.
You're in
LA
that
County.
too.
Yeah.
like he wasn't in LA County. This,
right.
Of course you were.
No, yeah,
but
for sure.
Listen was sick. Like I felt like I think I only had like 2 tricks. I think just 2 table tricks.
Yeah, that
Fakey shove it, switch manual, and fakey shove it, fakey manual at the Colgate School, right down the street from the house I currently live in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you did good shit.
Thank you, bro.
Listen. And once again, the nose grind at the courthouse is it's insane. Like I know he's got this switch flip manual on mute, but, whatever. I feel like I could have done that maybe, but not the nose grind. Like at the height of my skateboarding, switch flip manual that could have gone down.
Could have gone.
You know what I tried there? And I tried to shoot it. There was no one videoing, and this is just how this would go back then. But like if it was 1997 and you're trying a trick at the courthouse, like it's not always a camera,
Right?
Like filming.
Yeah.
But I tried switchback tail on the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like landed and shot out. And I was not a Tiva. Who was I trying to shoot that with? I can't remember, but yeah, I remember that was one of those ones that got away. I knew I could have done it. It was right there, and I never did anything that good, like as far as like a switch flip, switchback tail. Like
It was tall, too.
yeah, it was
Still tall.
Yeah.
I'll say real quick. I mean, it's about myself, but I do fakey shove it, fakey manuals, and that because of you doing it on that table.
Well, God damn it, you took it all the way to fakey tray for fakey manual. Fucking courthouse days, so
No, but I was.
you're welcome.
Thank you, dude.
You were asking me about quitting Alien Workshop. What brought me to quit Alien Workshop was seeing that I didn't think that the formula was going to work.
No.
I didn't think it was going to stay intact. I just didn't, because what I saw was...
Was it tough with all them selling it off, buying and selling, whatever?
Yeah, because like, what was tougher though was like, so what? We got Warhol longboards. It's like, no, that's not so what. That's so what do we do about this?
Okay.
And that's so who's staying? It's big questions. And yeah, I had my issues. I grew up with the company and I loved the company so much. And I didn't. It's tough to do these because like I'm sitting here thinking about like Chris Carter watching it and like Mike Hill wouldn't watch this. He's too cool. He's got too much cool shit going. He's in Ohio. Or maybe he's in Iceland. He's probably doing some cool looking shit. Nothing to do with skateboarding. But anyways, I respect these guys so much, the guys that made Alien Workshop. So it's like it's tough for me to sit here and just pick apart what went wrong. Because like on one hand, they had a pro who was me, who was drunk and on drugs for a decade. So it's like, I understand, like, once it came around 2011, 2012, I started being like, what the fuck is this? And what the fuck is this? And what's this Coca-Cola logo we're doing? And who the fuck is this kid you're trying to put on? So I basically was like, went in and was like, what are we doing anymore?
Yeah.
Who are we owned by? What's happening? And there was a little bit of like, oh, it's a good thing the sober Dill finally showed up. But it's like, no. I've fucking done a lot for this goddamn company. Don't give me no bullshit. I fucking took you on certain voyages you didn't think you were going to go on. Just like before I rode for them, they took me on voyages that I didn't know I'd go on. Like watching Memory Screen when I was a little kid. Like it took me to places in the world I wouldn't have seen. It took me to parts of America I wouldn't have seen. So I owed them big. But then at the same time, at the end of it, I was like, no, I'd get on my crazy trips. You guys could go right along. I know it. I know you did. And so there was a lot of give and take. A lot of give and take. It's like, once again, I grew up fucking worshiping that company. I had the government brainwash ad on my wall, my like first apartment. It was like I wanted to ride for them. So long-winded, sorry, but back to it. I think when I realized that I needed us to get out of there was one time Terp, John, and Donnie went all the way down to Irvine. Now, number one, if you have a company and you find it one day moving to Irvine, pack it up. Save your money. It's over. It's over. Unless you're fucking the next fucking nextel.com, like anything of like artistic value cannot be out of Irvine. Like anything of any merit can't be out of Irvine. Like, I'm sorry, Will Ferrell. I know you're from Irvine. I'm not talking about you, but like, if your company moves to Irvine, you're fucked.
Okay. Right.
So Terp and them went to like what was Alien now in Irvine, and they're like, dude, it was like barracks gear and like It was next to like Barracks Gear, and it was next to like O'Neill and Metal Militia.
Oh,
Was it the La Jolla group?
Check, please.
Yeah. Fuck.
And they said they were treated like shit. Like, oh, you guys want stuff? Now, Alien itself had nothing to do with this. They were still in Ohio.
Gotcha.
But the Alien running shit, day to day, buy and sell was out of next door to Barracks Gear and all that shit. I can't be having that shit. Guys know how I feel about that subject.
Yeah.
So, less power to them. Fuck you. We had to be out. No more. It was done. And then also, like, when I called Anthony to say, like, we're quitting, and then
You made a decision for everyone?
it was just me and him quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't take anybody. Well,
But did you make the decision for Anthony?
no, because I asked him. I said we need to quit
Yeah.
Yeah.
collectively because
Yeah.
we were on the same page.
Right.
Like I'd be like, and he'd be like, and I'd be like, and he'd be like, and we'd both be like, oh, and then we'd be like, and then we just keep skating. But I was like, yeah, we got to quit. We got to be out of here. And I was like, this is what I want to do. I know it sounds wild, but I want to make it. I want to make it FA. I think we could do this. And I said, the only rule is you can never get mad at me.
That's a stipulation.
That was number one rule. I was
Okay.
like, we're going to do this, but you can never get mad at me. And I said, there's things I'm going to do you're not going to like. There's ways I'm going to behave that you're not going to like.
Okay.
I'm going to steal people, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure this is fucking the most successful thing I can make it, because I cannot fail.
Right.
It can't. It
Yeah.
just can't. I have nothing else. I'm a fucking high school dropout, and, like, I don't have any education besides the education I gave myself, and, like, I have all the confidence in the world that I can come up with the right imagery and to make an aesthetic that people haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, you can't get mad at me. Yeah, he broke that rule all the time. Yeah, he got real mad at me. What the fuck are you doing? Nothing. But yeah, and then, like, in the beginning, like, just to, wrap it up real quick as far as, like, this stuff goes, it's like, in the beginning, there was a lot of, like, I'd let the kids in to my house. Yeah. Nah, no one else. It would be like, knock, yeah, Sage, San Pablo, Taishan, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a certain thing where I know that everyone else realized I was blocking them out. Because I had so much pressure making this new thing. And, like, I had an idea what I wanted it to look like, but there's nothing like when you have an idea what something looks like, and they're like, so where is it?
Right.
And I'm like, I'm fucking working on it. It's not ready yet. So, in overtime, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously it all worked out.
Right,
It's funny. It's funny to talk about now, but no, I just felt like there was. I felt like this. I felt like, why should we have to accept any direction skateboarding goes in? That's never been the thing. Like, there's never been.
Yeah, you guys can choose your own direction.
Like those choose your own adventure books when you're a kid. It's like,
Yeah.
You want to fucking go meet the fucking sorcerer? Go flip to fucking page 75.
Right.
You want to fucking try the sword? Go to 50. I was like, I'm gonna go to page 80 and try to do something new. And then and, like, look, what did I do new? I didn't fucking reinvent the blowjob or nothing. Like, it was like, people have been making boards a certain way, but I knew there was a certain way that I could make it that people hadn't seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that there was certain things from H Street, World Industries, like all these different things, Alien Workshop, like things that I really like coming up, all the different things that kind of, an amalgamation of my pro experience, not only out in the world, but also, like, right here in front of you for all of them, not just me, but for Anthony, Terp, Dylan, the kids.
Right.
To where they can have a skateboard experience in a professional career in skateboarding, to where it's like, you don't ride for Nike. You ride for a fucking board company, and your board company is your identification.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Tony Hawk ride for?
Birdhouse.
Thank you.
Yep.
Lakai.
The shoes aren't your identification. You know what I mean?
No, I get 100%.
I think that,
100%.
but I don't know.
Used to be in a way back then, maybe a little bit.
Right at that time?
Yeah. Or
yeah.
no, back, way back.
No.
Well, I mean,
It's always with the board.
In the 70s, people rode for fucking Pepsi.
Yeah.
I would have too, because the uniforms were sick.
Yeah.
But, like, this is fucking 2000 goddamn fucking, when did we quit? 13? So, to me, it was like, if you lose if the board company is in your identification, then I'm out. I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
Like, why? We all might as well write for Amazon. Fuck
Oh, there
it.
you go.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm down.
What cares anymore?
Yeah.
I love
Take it
Amazon.
easy, Chris Roberts. Careful what you wish for, Chris Roberts.
You want to write for Amazon Prime?
No, because then like 5 years from now, they're like, everyone fucking in skateboarding is controlled by Amazon.
Right.
That fucking Amazon companies with their fucking hologram fucking videos that come out of your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
No, let me just tell you something. Like we'll get into the technology thing later.
Okay.
Well, I'll end it with my fear of technology.
Okay.
But anyways, back to where were we with the pros and like the
2013,
identification and whatnot. It's like, yeah, man, like Tony Alva.
Yeah.
I'm Alva. This is my board. Like, this shit is sick. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. And luckily, I was crazy enough at the time to think that this shit could work. Like, what you're doing,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it's like, I trip out, man.
And people believed in you too. You know,
right?
take the journey, take the ride.
Suckers. No, no, that was like the thing. Like, I remember having a conversation with my old lady one time when I'd quit and like I was trying to get Nicole to quit Rio and all that shit. I remember like laying in bed, like talking to her on the phone, and I was like, I can't do this. I fucking can't. I'm done. Like, people are quitting. I'm gonna ruin people's lives.
Right.
Like, I can't. And she basically was like, look, fucker, you better fucking pull it together. And I was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. You know? But like, yeah, I had some dark times, man. I had dark times because I couldn't let anyone see my doubt at all.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I
right.
couldn't.
As soon as they see your doubt,
Yeah.
then they doubt.
Yeah.
And it's a
Absolutely.
snowball. Yeah.
I guess one thing that the viewing public needs to understand about me is I sit here right now and I'm not lying to you. It's like if I'm in a car, and I'm sitting there because I don't drive. So if I'm sitting there in a car, I'm going somewhere, and I look out the window and I see a kid wearing FA. You gotta be kidding me. I'm still there.
Right.
I can't think of it as like, to me, we're not some big global company. You know what I mean? It's like, he's out in the wild.
Yeah.
Look at he bought that. He likes it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I
it's a
still
good feeling.
can't get over that. So I do a little too much of isolation. Yeah, I spend a lot of time by myself, and because I make it, you know.
Right,
I
right.
sit there and like I'm drawing or I'm cutting this shit out, like, you know, like I carry. You know, this is my new book.
Okay.
You know, I carry this shit fucking everywhere, and I just go to dinner or whatever, and like just
Doodle, write shit down,
over
draw,
and
yeah.
over. It's like you know, everything from like, oh, I forgot to put hold on, but everything from like, you know, like hologram boards. You could do this. You have to fucking make this happen.
Yeah.
Because I was told that wasn't possible.
Okay.
Ear snot. I forgot you. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. He's putting up a.
Put that in there.
Where is that going? Yeah.
But no, it's like, you know. Oh, there you go. Oh, well, that
He's got other shit falling down
Oh,
now.
sorry.
There you go.
But what was I talking about?
Well, just seeing people in the wild wearing
Yeah,
this
like
shit
I still
is,
trip out on
you know,
that. It's like there's nothing in me. Like I never think like we're kicking ass.
Right.
Like no, I'm always like, you okay?
Yeah.
You know, it's like no,
But I think it's good to feel like that too. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
where
you
I came
get
from.
cocky and all. Of a
let me
sudden,
tell you,
know.
very good, Chris Roberts. Let me tell you the ingredients.
You know.
Let me tell you ingredients that's good for making a new clothing company or a new thing. Good ingredients to make a new brand is this: narcissism mixed with complete insecurity and
Right.
self-doubt.
Okay, I
It's
get
the
it.
greatest
100%.
ingredients for, I think, musicians, anybody creative that is going to take their thing to a bigger public forum is that it's like complete self-anguish and self-doubt and just loathing yourself, but at the same time be like, bitch, I fucking got this shit. And this shit, day one, I'll cut your head off.
Right.
I'll fucking do this like this. I'll fucking don't even try. And then like at night, you're just like, oh, I'm the worst when I do that shit. Fuck.
Yeah.
You come out on the other side of that fucking tunnel of shit, and you realize you got yourself clean. You're like, holy shit, I fucking just did this. Like, are you shitting me? They fucking believe it. And this motherfucker, I backed that motherfucker down, I backed him down, I backed them down. Like, what? You know,
Right.
like, give it next. Who wants to fight? That's what it felt like.
Yeah.
The first 4 years of making the company felt like me versus the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to fight? You fucking bring it. I'll kill your product. I'll kill your team. I'll kill everything. I felt like I was attacking the industry. I felt like it was me against the industry in the beginning. And I don't like that I did that now. It worked mentally.
Right. Okay.
Because it needed to be all out fucking warfare. It's us versus all of you. I don't care.
Right.
Because we didn't know backers, man. There's no fucking money. We jumped off the cliff and we were two older pros.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the truth, you know.
Just bootstrapped.
It's like, you know, on one hand, it was like, it's escaping irrelevance. You know, it's like you don't want to die with the Titanic. You don't want to sink. You know, you're on this thing. It's like, well, motherfucker, you're on the Titanic. What'd you do? I sank.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you didn't even try. Like,
You gotta
nah,
try.
I just hung on.
Yeah.
To the buoy. But anywho, it's like, you know, narcissism mixed with like just world crushing self-doubt.
Right.
That's how you make a good company. So good luck.
I agree with that. You know, was there anything that you were hearing that fueled you even more? Like, people were like, "Oh, that's never going to work. Dill's doing this thing. It's called fucking awesome."
Yeah.
What kind of name is that? How are they ever going to make this work?
For a while before.
Well, of course, it was a clothing, but
brand, yeah.
but now turning it into a board company, and you know,
I'll get back to that. So fucking awesome was started in 2001. Well, first my partner he's still my partner, Mikey. We lived on Canal Street in 1998, and he was like, "Dude, you should do something like fucking Stussy. That guy's fucking rich now. Like, Dill, Stussy, just do Dill." And I was like, "Okay."
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even thinking. You know, like, okay, cool. And I was like, we should do something like this. And we did these like weird graphics, and we sold some of it to Supreme, and it was just like these Dill shirts. Like,
Okay.
it's whatever. Supreme was so small back then. So this is 2000, 2001, and then we went to London, and I was in London, and he was there, and then he was gonna go home. I remember I was in the back of a taxi cab. I was pretty drunk, and I was like, I don't like it being my name anymore. Like, and it was just me and him doing it. No one knew.
Right.
Like, maybe some people at Supreme, that was it. And then I was like, I want to make a company called Fucking Awesome, and I think it should look like this. I think the logo should look like this, and like I think we could make it look good like this, and da-da-da-da. And he was like, that's so stupid.
Oh really?
And I was like, well, stupid. I'm stupid fighting stupid. You know, the world's stupid. And then he went home, and I called him shortly after that, and he was working on the logo.
No way.
And we still lived together in New York back then, and and then we started producing lines of Fucking Awesome, like mainly just T-shirts and stuff. But then we started getting into jackets and this and that, and that's what kind of separated us, just from being a clothing company. I mean, just a T-shirt company to like actually doing things. And then back then there was no streetwear. I didn't know the term streetwear back then. It didn't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saving face here. I'm just saying, like, it's not what it is now.
Yeah.
What did you ask me again before this?
Well,
about,
if there was just something that
fueled
people
your
were
fire?
saying, "Oh, you fucking awesome."
Exactly. Like, I remember like fucking before Nakel quit to ride for us. Because I was super close with Nakel already for like kind of a long time, and like, you know, the people that I wanted on the day, I met Tyshawn when he was like, I don't even know how old he was, at Tompkins and 12th and A. Like, I remember him doing like kickflip backsmith, and I was like, do you know what you're doing? Like the name, because I remember he was doing backsmiths like a week before, and now he's doing kick backsmith, but they were kind of just angled, you know. He's just he was so little. I was like, wait, you know what you're doing? He's like, no. Like, he didn't know the name.
Right.
And I remember you'd be like, what's the first video you seen? He's like, YouTube. I love that. So we met him and Aiden, you know, when they were really little kids in New York. And then, like, Sage was always on my radar because of, I met his mom and him at the girl park when he was really little.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And so I met Alex the first time for sure, before his big MySpace fucking story of this mysterious plane ticket that landed in his pocket. But I did buy him a ticket. But anywho, yeah, I remember before Nakel got on the team, but he had, you know, plans to quit and like whatever. And it was at his pace. You know, I couldn't pressure anyone to do anything because I didn't want anyone to feel like that. Right. Except for Tyshawn. I remember at one point I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Please, just fucking let's do this. Yeah. You know, I don't know. But I remember Knock went on some tour and with the team he rode for at the time, and which is real. And I remember there was an amateur. Well, I'm not going to name his bitch-ass name. Okay. But he was like, he wants to ride for a company. We're fucking it. That's so dumb. Yeah, I agree. But look at us now. Kook. But I remember Knock being like, I want to kick his bitch ass, man. He's talking all that shit. I was going to be like, bitch, I'm about to write for that. You know, because Knock couldn't say nothing.
Okay,
And someone in the van was talking shit, and Knock wanted to be like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll smack you. I'm about to write for that shit.
Right.
But, you know, I don't know. We knew. I don't know. I tell you what. Right around 2001, 2002, there was that Paris Hilton sex tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a person on television in one facet or another. And then she's on like this nighttime cam. Pardon my French, but sucking dick.
Right.
And then she gets a call and she stops sucking dick. She talk on the phone. And then she come back. Now the internet's not huge, like the internet's not what it is now and all that shit. But I saw this woman go from there to selling perfume at Walmart to middle America. And I was like, the world's ready for a company called Fucking Awesome.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, you know, and in the beginning, like when we would try to get like labels done and shit, like, you know, the labels that go in the thing, like, you know, you guys don't know this, like not you guys, but like some kids out there, like this might come from somewhere, but the label comes from somewhere fucking totally different. Like this is from Jakarta, but the label's from Canada. Yeah. Trust me, kids, it's not fun. Don't make a company. Just stop it. So there was a couple times where they were like, yeah, how many orders? Oh, wow, we do 500. Okay, great.
What's the name of the company?
Excuse me. Yeah, we're not making this.
People would turn you down.
Yeah, in the beginning. Nowadays, they're like, fuck flim flam, fucking cocksucker motherfucker. I don't care if you played fucking fuck your uncle on there. You know, fucking make it. Because everybody's about money. Like, that's another thing. You're all growing up in an age where everyone just does anything for money. It's just, and maybe that's always been happening. Of course, it's always been happening. Everything's always been happening. What the fuck am I talking about? But, it feels like nowadays, like, well, you can give me $500 to eat some Tide fucking challenge shit and fucking prank my brother? Yeah, fuck it, put it on Instagram. Like, you kids really got to pull it together. Right. What the fuck is going on?
I agree.
Donald fucking Trump is fucking president, and you fucking assholes are eating Tide? Like,
what is going on?
I have to leave.
Do we really? Should we? We have Tide Pods.
There's
here, actually,
there's times where I will get my self worked up enough where I'm like, you know, I'm out of here. Fucking out of here. I'm moving to New Zealand. I'm gonna learn how to fish. Be a fisherman.
You can't leave until we end the show.
No. I have plenty more to talk to you guys about. Plenty of different things.
So fucking awesome, killing it.
Yeah, FA's doing good.
You guys are fucking. I mean, the hologram. So you said you wrote that down in your book. You were like, how do you make
way back book?
Right,
one old book.
But do you go out and have these holograms? I mean, you have to go and get them made, and then they put them on the boards.
Yeah.
Are you trying to source that out, or do you have people that work and try to do this, and you're like, hey, this is my idea. Like, let's try to make this happen. How can we do this? Or,
for the first 2 years of the hologram idea.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which board company it was. Mm-hmm. You guys know what I'm fucking talking about. And if I could look in one of these cameras, there's a person that's sitting there like, oh, God, I know he's talking about me. I was basically told it wasn't possible.
No.
I was told it wasn't possible, and you know why it wasn't possible? Because these people weren't willing to go source it for me.
Okay.
And that. I could have had these hologram boards 2 years earlier.
Right.
And then I think whatever I do with the boards, because I'm making them, I make where it all goes. I make every one of the kids' boards. Any time of day, anytime, you could be like, you know, you could go through the FA, you know, what we have out right now, and I'm fucking blown away. I've made every board for the kids. Like, I can't believe, like, okay, Kevin Bradley, okay, he's got a board. Okay, Tyshawn, you got a board. Little gap in Tyshawn's board right now. I told him recently, I'm like, I'm so sorry it's taking so long. Like, he's one of the greatest fucking pros of all time, and he doesn't have a current model. Like, that's blasphemy. Right. But he understands. Like, I'm trying hard. Like, I actually have this woman working on a painting of Tyshawn.
Oh, wow.
I'll leave it at that. Okay. But I knew that I needed to do things people never seen. Right. And I knew that, and it took, you know, if you ever find yourself in the position in life where one of your greatest attributes is to sit and think, it's not easy to try to then take something that's taken so long to come into your brain. Do you feel like you've landed it, and then be like, look, I got it, and then someone tells you back like, it's not fucking possible. Because obviously it's fucking possible, because guess what, they're on the fucking wall now. So it's like, it's like that was something that really bummed me out. And that, that's where like, there was times in the first couple of years where I was like, oh God, like if you're expecting boards to come and they don't look right, you can't sell them.
Right.
Because you look like a chump.
Right.
Because you made chump ass shit. I didn't make this chump ass shit. Them chumps made this chump ass shit. So I get on the phone with the chumps. I'm like, look, chumps, I'm gonna come fucking fuck you up. Whatever. But the board shop, it's been better for the past few years because I made them switch. So the reason that you get better graphics on a lot of these fucking boards you're writing that aren't even FA is because I freaked out so fucking bad that I made the board company switch factories in China where they were getting the graphics done. So yes, you're welcome, all you other fucking companies. So when it came to the like holograms, that was like the fifth thing I would say in conversation. I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and what's up with the holograms? So that always like, we'd have plenty of fucking beef to chew with like what they're fucking up before we even get to the hologram. So by the time I get to the hologram, I'm so tired of fighting about what they got wrong and then being like, well, did you try this? It's like, don't even try. You fucking made that excuse last time and you're fucking killing me. You make me feel crazy because you're acting like I made a problem that you fucking made, and that's the worst. Like, that's the worst when you try to make someone else feel crazy. Like, I did it. I did it.
For sure.
Motherfucker, you did it.
Right.
I didn't make this board. You fucking made this board. What I gave you looked like, basically, I gave you an orange and said I want an orange back, and you brought back a fucking fork. And I'm not paying for a fucking box of fucking forks when I asked for a box of fucking oranges. I have to calm down. I'm getting upset.
Keep going.
So I'm a bit agitated about the hologram things. It's like, you fucking assholes told me that shit wasn't possible.
Look, it's up on the wall. There it is.
Yeah, no. I mean, fuck it. You know?
Yeah, no, it's good.
I'm surprised that fucking your favorite board company hasn't made it yet. A lot of times that, like, when they fuck up on boards, like, because we use two different, never mind. Anyways, when they fuck up on boards sometimes, I'm like, you need to get it right. Because a month from now, after this comes out,
other companies,
all the other companies are going to do this fucking dip tail shit too. Yeah. So you might as well get it right for me for when makes it.
Right.
You know, and they've been biting our shit for a long time now.
Right.
I hate them.
Kind of say your own wood shop.
Right.
But at the same time, it's almost it's a compliment too. You know what I mean?
Like James Brown says in interviews, I want to talk about something positive, man. Let's talk about music. Like if James Brown ever had an interview, they'd be like, well, James, hold on, you know. So it says here that, you know, you shot at your wife and then the police chased you for like between 5K. No. Talk about some music. Talk about some positive. You know, well, James, it says here that you beat your wife. You're on PCB. Nah. I want to talk about some music, man.
Yeah.
Get up off that thing. No. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to talk too negative.
No.
It's just the hologram talk. A lot of times, like, the way I make the boards, it's so specific.
Yeah.
The way I need it to look, that if it doesn't come out that way, I can be a bit crabby.
Good.
And things happen. Freak out a little bit. Now it's like the freakouts are so few and far between that I think that, you know, like, you know, now that we are where we are, like everyone I work with basically has been like, when you used to freak out, I'd be like, oh, I feel bad for you because Jesus, look you're all upset, you know. And they'd be like, hey, he's trying, you know, he's trying to do his thing, and then now it's like, you know, a lot of people I've worked with are like, we get it.
Yeah,
we understand why. You know, we understand why that, you know, you needed it to look that. Because as you make a company, because all I try to do with what I do is all my clothes and everything, I want it to feel nice. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, so I want it to feel nice. I want it to look nice. So everything we make every time is better than the last time. So the boards has to follow suit.
Right.
If the boards don't follow suit, then what am I doing? You know, I'm just doing what everybody else is doing. Making some fucking cartoon graphic with some fucking, you know, just like every other asshole company, take a really nice part of the graphic that you like and put it right under the truck. It's keep doing it. Keep it up. It makes my job so much easier. So you're going to have someone draw this great graphic and they're, where should the face go? Oh, under the truck. How do you do that? So it's like, please keep it up. Please keep it up. All you other companies will love it. But
no, but you guys have a lot of, I mean, even though you guys are a big company now, I mean, you guys still have problems.
No, because there's fucking six people running this goddamn fucking company.
You got 6 people working.
Like, we ain't got nothing more than 6 people.
Wow.
So it's like, you know, it's a big, But that's the thing. I like everybody that works for FA is so close.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
know, all the boys in the warehouse and everybody like working with me, like they're all, they go fucking bowling together and have barbecues and know each other and like their dogs know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
that's
fucking, it's like
great,
a
yeah.
whole thing. Like they all fucking really like each other and like
That's definitely
no,
important.
and like
Right.
and then on the other side of it, it's like, you know, it's like the boys, you know,
Yeah.
the kids. Like I love those kids with all my heart. Like I'm not even like when I think about how much I care about them and how much I'm like a mom, man. It's like when they go to like it's better now, but like you understand things are flipping around. Like there's racism that's been going on forever, right? But the kids will come back and they'll come back from like Belgium and like Sage will get called like a really fucked up word on the street, and I'm just like, whoa. It's just like it hurts my soul because they're supposed to be out experiencing and like finding new and going with the new and being like, oh, I didn't see this, and like people are different here and like. And then, like, you know, I remember a trip, this is a while ago, Knock went to Australia and he got called some shit. And I was like, you know, but he took that real well and turned it into, like, mega, like, positivity and stuff. But it's like, I just feel like in the past 3 years, I've had more non-white people come up to me and telling me how they're getting called different names all across the planet nowadays. And it's really hurting my soul. And it's like, the thing is, like, when the kids would go out of town, I never told them. Because what am I going to be like, I'm so worried about you guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they go to town on their trips, and I would just be like, fuck, God damn it. Please be somewhere no fucking racist asshole's going to come up causing problems or stuff. Because when you're like 16, 17, 18, you're in different countries, you're all these insecurities, and you're trying to fucking make it, you're trying to do your deal, and like, going down the street, and someone's like, you fucking better turn around some white asshole telling you're some fucking bullshit. It's like, that can really fuck you up, man. It's like, I don't know.
For sure.
I worry about them so much. It's like I don't think they even realize. Like some of them do. Yeah. They know how much. Like you know, I'm so close with these kids, man. It's like to see the world through their eyes and to see the world even just through my own stupid fucking old white eyes. You know, it's like we got a lot of problems going on. A lot of problems, and there's a lot of people in this world not making it easy for some black kids just to do their thing. Right. It's just all encompassing. I'm just why I have the attitude I have toward general public and everything, you know, it's because my kids and what I see and just what I hear and news, this, that, everything, whatever. It's like the world's got a lot of work to do, starting with America. Like,
for sure.
You know, like it sounds funny, but on Saturday Night Live, they said recently, like, this is Orlando in the 80s, and he's your leader now. This is what you deserved. And it's like,
Yeah.
You know, not to get too political or whatever, but like, if you have a political argument, I don't want to talk to you because you obviously believe in some crazy shit, you know. So whatever. But no, I really worry about the kids, and like that's a whole thing. Like these fucking dudes,
well, they got
like,
good heads on their shoulders.
Yeah,
you're raising
they're older
them
now.
good.
They're older now. You know, they're older now. And like whatever input I've had with like Nakel or Sage or Sean or Tyshawn or Kevin, like, fuck, I appreciate that they ever thought anything I ever did was cool or whatever, you know, if I gave them good, you know, me and Knock are really close, me and Sage are really close, like, we're all close, but, yeah, man, I worry about them like a mother, man, it's like, I really do, it's like, and once again, I couldn't have what I have without them,
right,
you know what I mean, when I knew that, I just knew they had this thing, and I knew that, you know, I knew they would become the next pros, I did.
Right.
They're like serious powerhouses. They grew into like
seriously
amazing skateboarders, and they're only getting better. It's pretty amazing. How did you like when you found or you came across these kids? You know, they're just little kids. Did you even expect for them to be as good as they were? Like
now, it's crazy.
Yeah, like they're so.
I
good.
just needed them to get to like 2014.
Yeah,
like right when they got to there, I was like. And then
they exploded, dude.
And they just kept going higher.
Yeah,
right.
And then now, like, when I'm walking down the street, I'm like, oh, look at this Sage spot. The ledge is this high. Like, look at this spot Sage could skate.
Dude.
You know? And I think he gets sick of that because I'm like, Sage, you could do that. He's like, yeah, I mean, sure. Old man Dill thinks I could tail slide everything. But no, it's like their skateboarding is exceptional. Yeah. And it's my favorite.
So good.
It just is. It's like, I'm not being biased. That's the way I like skateboarding, is them. You know what I mean? Like, I like how they skate. I like how my kids skate. I think they're all fantastic. You know, I think everybody on the team, you know, Elijah Burrow.
Oh yeah. That was getting Gino.
That was kind of a no
Yeah.
It's a
no
no-brainer.
Yeah.
question, you know.
But that's just like-
for him to even ask, I was like, excuse me. It's like that's my elder. Like him
Right.
and Keenan
Yeah.
would take the shoes off my feet and be like, "Your lace it all fucked up. You don't know what you're doing. Lace it,
Yeah.
put it back on. Now it looks fresh. Go outside." Yeah, they like raised me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you know, where they've got to now and what they do is like the kids are, you know, the kids on the team, they do just such exceptional shit. And like, oh yeah, back to Burl. Like, the thing with Burl was like, Tyshawn brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "We need that. I want that guy. That's the guy." And I was like, "Oh wow, Burl? Yeah, we know him. Like me and Abe fucking know Burl well."
Right.
But we couldn't just go, "Hey, Burl, come on," because
Yeah.
and that it didn't happen like that. Like,
Yeah.
'cause, I mean, I fucking love Mike Carroll. I'm sorry about Gino. I'm sorry about Burl. I love Rick Howard. Like, I fucking love you guys. I'm sorry, but the kids wanted Burl.
Yeah.
And so they'd be like, "Dill, get him." I'm like, it doesn't
It's
work
not
that,
that easy, yeah.
way.
Right.
How about a little help?
Mm-hmm.
You can fucking. I'm not saying go tell him to quit, but then you
Put it in his head.
You know, I can't be like, "Hey, guess what?" You know, like,
Right,
it just
right.
doesn't work that way. But at first they were like, "Why not?" I was like, "Oh, touche." But it doesn't work that way, all right? It's called respect, all right? You gotta-
Yeah.
And it took a while. Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had to like call Burrow and be like, "We want you on the team." And he's like, "Oh, you know."
Oh, so the kids called him. That's rad.
Yeah. Like Sage would
Super sick.
Sage would be in Japan and he'd be like write on like a Japanese newspaper, like he'd be like, "Write for FA, bitch." Like, and like send it to him. I was like,
That's
"Oh my
so
lord."
sick.
But it was so cute, you know what I mean? But yeah, we got Burl and, you know, I love how these guys skate. I love their aesthetic and I love how they, you know, Kevin Bradley, like,
Oh yeah.
fucking, how can you not be a fan?
Yeah.
But before I forget about it, I suppose, or I may actually go into I suppose we could go into different questions so I don't trail off into some bullshit.
What's next for FA? Do we have? Can we look forward to a video, or I mean, what's in that mind of yours, bro? What are we doing?
What's in that notebook?
Oh yeah, let me see that thing.
So-
break that thing out. Let me flip through the
So
pages.
it's a big year for FA World Entertainment in the year 2018. So
Oh.
we're doing a cruise ship, a cruise line.
Oh.
And you come on the cruise ship and there's like ramps up top and pools
Oh,
and everything.
wow.
Skate with the kids.
Is this like a collab with like Carnival Cruise? Ship?
Exactly. Docks in Miami.
Okay. Wow.
Leaves February 24th.
Okay.
And the kids rap, do the shows at night, and Carnival Cruise Line FA
Sounds
presents
like a great time. Actually,
sailing the 7 seas with
Can we
FA Carnival.
can we get comped some tickets?
No, but it's everything that I'm trying to do right now is to try to make this next year more successful than the year we just had. And
Good,
2017 was our most successful year. 2016 was our saddest years for
Oh,
sure.
why?
Dylan passed away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we lost Dylan in 2016, and then 2017 came in with a new president, and basically was like, "Well, eat the shit sandwich and keep going." And so we just it just sent me into overdrive. Like,
Okay.
I think this administration sent me into overdrive.
Right.
and
Right.
I just went completely crazy and made as much stuff as I could and tried to make the stuff as the best possible.
For sure.
You know,
so you're
each
keeping
time.
that
So-
momentum going.
But it's like for 2018, I got a lot of things that I need us to do.
Good,
So
yeah.
we're move up more. But yeah, I'm excited about what we have going on. Like I said, fuck, I've been in Venice all day. I had
Yeah.
a meeting at noon, and like everything's so adult now. It's like, oh God, what you want me to be there with? But no, it's good. I really, I couldn't. Fuck, I wake up in the morning, and I wake up into it.
Mhm.
I wake up making it. I go to bed making it. I have dreams that I'm gluing things together. I have
Right.
dreams that I have dreams where I'm wounded and I'm trying to cut things out and glue it to cover my wound like it's fucking skin. I couldn't even. It's fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
I get so deep with this shit, just where it's like it takes my whole fucking day. It just takes everything out of me. It's like, which what I do. I'm not complaining, but it's become so first nature, second nature to me, that I am almost astonished by how much time it takes my brain. It's like, and you almost can't live a normal life. It's like you don't really have a normal life. You wake up, you make it. You go to bed, you're making it. You're talking to people about what's coming out next. You're doing what's coming out next. You're just trying to find it all.
It's a
You
whole
have to
thing, yeah.
find it. Like, companies can't come just from you sitting there and making it. I think if that's fine, but you have to go outside and you have to find things. You have to find what makes the world, what makes people laugh about things. Like that's my main things. I'm always trying to like either make you cry a little bit or laugh a little bit within each thing. It's like, this is cool. Or like this is funny. This is this. It's like, but you have to sit and look at it for a bit for you're like, son of a bitch, he has a fucking DB Pennebaker or whatever reference in that. Like you have to look at it for a while and be like, oh my God, he's talking about fucking Prince. You know what I mean? But it's like, no, not everybody's gonna get it. But to me, it's like if I can take someone down my rabbit hole enough, which I think that's what this is. I think it's like, like I said, I was reading that I said to you guys earlier before we were on camera, I said I was watching this interview with Jerry Seinfeld, and he was talking about his show, and he was like, people just like to come to the world that we built. Right. You know what I mean? I was talking about your guys' show. It's like, people like to visit. You know, people want to come visit this place you created. Yep. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of like FA, too. It's like, it's like creating a small world where people look into it. Like, I even feel funny talking about it right now on camera and shit, because it's like, am I taking away the mystery of it or whatever? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But, like, at the same time, I also adored the way Rocco did everything growing up. Yeah. Not that I'm fucking Rocco, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely.
Like this generation is Rocco.
Am I?
Yeah.
Let's have lunch, Steve. Me, you, Kelly Slater. Come on, let's go have lunch. I know you're his financial advisor when it comes to the stock market. Let's fucking do this. How strange bedfellows is that? I love that Kelly Slater and Steve Rocco are friends. I think that's sick, and they surf together. That's so sick.
That's amazing.
But no, I mean, shit. I'm just a white trash kid from a trailer park that fucking made good on the skateboard industry by fucking getting it in chokehold,
Yeah. I'm a fan, dude. I'm stoked to see what you guys are doing, I
appreciate it.
Next.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was watching a panel of scientists, including like Neil deGrasse Tyson and many other weirdo ass scientists, like guys that only have like their like sunglasses on the camera. They won't take them off. Like, and they'll do like 2-hour discussion on debating if this with what we're doing right now
is real,
or if it's simulated.
Simulated,
like
okay.
Where
computer simulation.
Don't worry, Kelly, I'm gonna fill you in. Kelly was like, "What?" So, and not that I believe this, but if how many times have people been on Earth? You can't answer. You can't say, "Oh, where's all the fossils?"
Yeah.
Maybe they got fucking super tech fucking people that cleaned up all the fucking first 5 layers.
Yeah.
So you couldn't fucking find it, and they made our simulated world. And then I'm fucking smoking because my fucking avatar was fucking made to chain smoke like an asshole.
This avatar.
But anywho.
Yeah.
I do not believe that, and I don't think it matters.
Okay.
Now you're all being like, what? You don't think it matters? It doesn't. It doesn't. So I'm not trying to scare anybody, but it's like you have to add up. Humans are driven by pornography and sex. That's where all fucking technology comes from. All that porno crazy shit. Now I love porno as much as the next guy, but I'm pretty. I don't like crazy shit. I like, hey, look at the broad. She got a nice ass. Like that kind of shit. Yeah. Now it's like going to go into a whole different realm. Now, so it, maybe porno's not the great place to go to it, but basically this. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if we're simulated or not. Mm-hmm. And you might ask, well, how the fuck does it not matter? Well, check this out. The other day, I was at my brother's house, and my mom's watching TV. Me and my brother over here by the table, at the kitchen table. My mom's over there watching TV. And I was just talking to my brother about this. And I go, Mom, look at the screen. And right then, a fucking NBA 2018, like commercial, for the video game, came up. I go, Mom, is that real? Are the people on the screen real right now? She goes, looks pretty damn real to me. I go, well, there you go. Okay, so with virtual reality that's coming, you can, basically, if you put your hand in your pocket right now, you're feeling that because you're, the information gets to your brain, your synapses, and all that trigger the shit, right? Yeah. That's realness. That's that real ass shit. But it's gonna get so good, and you all think I'm fucking out of my mind, but it's gonna get so good. It's gonna be just like this. Like, you put your hand in your pocket, you feel it because your synapses are doing a thing, but what if there was a complete programming mechanism that was as easy as laying there, And then it's all in your head. So you're doing it, you're moving it all around. The smells, the senses. You can be like, I want to be in 1976 fucking on the Bowery out front of CBGB's. You're gonna do it. You're all gonna do it. It's all gonna happen. It's gonna fuck this world up. It's gonna be so fucked. Because then, if you don't know the difference, and you could put on a thing and fucking Chris is over here fucking Pamela Anderson doing fucking the greatest gymnastics you've ever seen. You're just like, wait, what's real?
What's not? Yeah.
And I almost feel like this generation's getting prepped for it. Like, the president lies every day. The president lies every day. What's real? Mm-hmm. And that's just controlled chaos. If I say some crazy shit tomorrow, then 3 days after that I say something crazier, you ain't gonna fucking remember Tuesday.
Right.
Because now it's Friday. I'm saying all the fucking Mexicans are rapists and this and that, what Trump says. You know what I mean? Like that's that thing. That's that whole thing of like, and it comes down to the basicness of that. And if you take Fox News and what's it called or whatever, I'm not saying that fucking CNN and the Democrats got it fucking made, but at least there's fucking sympathy. Mm. And that's what's lost. What's lost to me and like, you know, like the new age of like whatever, and like I feel like there's a certain amount of like real aggro aggression, and I feel like there's just no human sympathy anymore. There's no empathy. There's no one's. I just feel like there's like the zero compassion. It's like I sit there in cars all fucking day long and watching people whip around and shit. Like I'm fucking busy. I'm vaping.
Yeah.
They fucking go left in front of like one car going 90 at them. And you see a fucking car seat in the back of that fucking car. And it's like, asshole, you just went left in front of that car coming 90 at you. There's no one behind him. It's just like, why? Are you going home to vape? Are you fucking going home to like jerk off to your new virtual reality porno you just got in the mail? Like,
what's the hurry?
I have little faith in humanity when I see the way people operate cars. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this virtual reality shit's gonna swallow your whole fucking world, and I'm so glad I'm the age I am, because fuck it, I don't care. I just did it. I lived a whole real life.
Right.
I lived a whole real life. Used to answer the phone at home. No, my mom's at home. I'll take a note. Hold on.
Yeah.
Mom, you know, you guys don't do that. It's fine.
On the
but
refrigerator,
like,
put the note.
there might not be any saving us once because if you can't tell the difference, then you can't tell the difference.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't given you guys presents yet.
No, come on, dude. You bring us a present, bro.
Before we part ways.
Okay.
I've had such a great time.
Oh, we have
guys.
had a great time.
God,
Jason Dill.
We should start a book club together.
Oh, you want
guys
to?
We'll all get and we'll have group text. No, I don't.
I would love that.
I don't group text. I'm still in Metro PCS.
Oh,
I have an iPhone, but it's just for work.
well, you know what? I'll send you a postcard.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Analog.
Pass notes.
So I noticed that people have been bringing you guys gifts, right? Mm. And I noticed that people that don't give you guys gifts, they look like assholes. So
you calling Alex an asshole?
no, I love Alex. He should have brought a gift. And he should have filmed for pretty sweet longer than 4 months. If you want the video, it'd be great. No, I really wanted to try to give you guys something cool and nice and like personal, whatever. So I drew a picture for you
look
guys.
at that, huh?
And,
Wow.
And we're back.
You don't say that. What do you say?
Well, we're back.
It's.
You know what's funny? I mean,
Let me do it. Well, we're back. Did I sound?
that kind of sounded like I was me at like 80 years old, maybe.
I'm 80.
Oh, you're 80. No wonder. Okay.
But anyways, I did the "and we're back."
But
But I know you had said "and we're back" at least once.
But a lot of people say "and we're back." They leave comments.
You didn't.
Well, after
the early episodes.
The earlier episodes,
Yeah.
maybe.
But yeah, it's like Snoopy, and he's
love it.
smoking a cigarette, and he's got a 9 hat on, and yeah, it says "and we're back," and then when I did it, and I saw the "and we're back," I was like, I wish the show was called "and
we're back. We could change it.
That's a great because if
Jason Dill says we should change the name of the show, we're going to change the name of the
let me guarantee you of this. You you guys
Spin-off.
could look up in your iPhone right now and you could write "and we're back" podcast, and I bet 7 will pop up. So
You think?
like you could
Well,
name your
let's see
fucking
this thing.
podcast like Donkey Abortion. Like, there's like 20 donkey abortions actually.
Look at that. Dude, thank you so much,
No
bro.
problem.
We might have to make this into a mug or something.
Dude.
Jason Dill.
Let's not lose our minds or anything. anything.
No,
but,
we're trying to
just
make some.
kidding.
We're trying to make.
Just kidding.
Trying to make a couple bucks over here,
Totally.
Jason. You know what I mean? Like
I'm just
at your
kidding.
expense.
I'm just
You know?
kidding. I just
no,
kidding.
thank you so
So
much.
you know,
though.
I brought you the little picture I drew,
amazing, dude.
and
Thank you, bro.
and then I brought you guys some other things.
Oh, sick! Hell
That's
yeah!
fucking rad, dude.
So seeing as we're in Venice Beach,
Oh yeah.
I thought it would be fitting to bring you guys presents. It has to do with Venice Beach.
Oh,
so
there you go.
here's the. I want to take
a,
I want to take the plastic off so you can really see it.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, let's get
So this is for you guys. So you guys all get the Kevin Bradley party package.
nice,
And
nice.
So Raj, take the plastic off. So Chris, Kelly, Raj, you guys get
What? Oh, you brought it 3. Oh wow.
Kevin
Wait,
Bradley.
Park.
Kevin Bradley towels,
Wow.
Kevin Bradley boards,
Look at that, huh?
Kevin Bradley rolling trays,
Wow.
and Kevin Bradley rolling papers.
Cowboy Kush.
Kush Cowboy rolling papers. I
How
don't
come in
know.
every photo on this board he's smoking a joint?
I mean, because he rules.
Okay. Okay. Just asking.
Kelly. Oh, sorry. I thought it would get to you.
Thank you.
And then I brought the KB lighters.
Okay. This
So,
is a Kevin Bradley
Kevin
theme.
Bradley party package. We're
I
in
love
Venice.
it. I love it.
He's the
Thank
king.
you.
He's the king of Venice. So,
He is, right.
So,
Hell yeah.
so Chris,
That's amazing.
Look at your fucking
You want me to
present.
show you the?
Show everybody your
This is towel.
beautiful towel.
This is the towel right here. What is this thing? He's got a. Look at that. Huh?
It's upside down.
It's
Upside down?
Dude, we got to get Kevin on the show.
There we go. This is the Kevin Bradley
Soft too.
the towel.
That is fucking
Oh, yeah,
rad.
then-
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Kelly's probably gonna use this out of the shower.
Oh yeah, and lastly, this is a book called Lies My Teacher Told Me that
Oh, is that for
will
us? too?
change your fucking life. No, you have to go on Amazon and pick it up yourself.
Oh.
No, you can get this
Get
book.
the audiobook.
But no, Lies My Teacher Told Me. This book will fucking change your fucking life.
Oh, that's a good one.
I have to thank my my friend Walt Poirier of the Lakota Sioux Nation for putting this book in my hand, changed my life. And
Okay.
once again, thanks for having me here, guys. I really fucking appreciate it, and I like what you guys are doing with your show.
problem,
It's
no problem.
funny. It's
Thank you.
cool.
Well,
and-
listen, this wouldn't be. Well, hold on, bro.
I'm not. I'm not leaving.
Just hold on. Hold on.
You remember Beretta? Remember the show
Yeah, of
Beretta?
course, yeah.
What was that cocksucker's name? Remember he
don't know.
shot.
I don't remember
He
that.
shot his wife, Robert. You know this. Robert.
knows?
God, you're old school. Robert. Not Robert Mitchum, but remember that guy who was on Beretta? He shot his wife outside of a restaurant in the Valley.
Oh, did he? Oh, in real life, you're
What's his
talking
name?
about. Oh,
Robert.
shit.
You're way too young. But anyways,
Could have been a
on the
computer
show.
simulation.
On the show, exactly. On
Yeah.
the show, Beretta, he had that parrot.
Oh yeah.
But he would have a cigarette in his mouth the whole time. He never
Never lit it.
And I remember when I was a kid thinking that was cool, and I was
Yeah.
going to do that one day. I was going to have a cigarette and not light it.
We could do it right now if you want.
What if I kept this one like 7 years later? It's like, Chris Roberts, guess what? I've been holding on to this smoke for fucking 7 years. I never lit it. But yeah. No, but
Well, it wouldn't be
tell me-
fitting, and we always give people gifts too. We give.
All right,
we do a
yeah.
gift exchange.
Oh, cool.
But listen, we have a special gift for you. Actually, little birdie told us that you like a certain thing, so here you go, man. We got you a little something here.
I love this. I got an
Got you a little
actual
something.
wrapped package.
Yeah, you got a wrapped gift. Well, I hope you like it.
Is this
Well,
the
we'll
Nine
see.
Club book?
This is
You
from.
guys already made a book.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This is all of
Nine Club photo book. This is
all
you
of,
guys by the microphones. Like,
Kelly's memoirs drawn
Right.
drawn in
is this
big
the Carl?
pictures.
Is this the Carl Watson kid book? I thought that was cool.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, no, we haven't gotten one of those yet.
No?
We need Carl on the show
yeah.
too.
Is this Winnie the Pooh?
Here you go.
Oh my god! I just didn't even see the writing. I just saw the flowers. I was like,
yeah?
I know what the fuck's going on there.
There you go.
my
Nice Winnie the
God.
Pooh book.
Is this the
for
Towel
you.
of Pooh?
Well, I don't know.
complete
Read the thing.
tale of
Yeah,
the
the
Pooh.
complete.
Oh, this isn't even the Towel Pooh. This is the complete tales of Winnie the Pooh. Wow, this is so sick. Look at the graphics too. It's all silvery blue and yellow. Like there's like copper on him.
Yeah, you're a
If you
big
can
Winnie
see
the
that.
Pooh fan. You like Winnie the Pooh.
Huge, man. It's like Winnie the Pooh's that's my favorite. thing.
Why Winnie the Pooh?
It's just like
a
it's just
childhood
like
thing,
I think it was this. Like when I was a kid, I was like, I maybe could draw that.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it didn't
yeah.
feel like And then like, you know, like, I don't know, like, I don't know. I just like, I mean, I got this fucking guy, like, I got the guy on me, you know? It's like,
Oh, you do?
Fucking,
I thought you were just getting hot. You were taking off.
Oh, shit.
So,
yeah.
He starts here and then he goes here. Right? So I got poo on me.
Right. Been working out.
I really, really appreciate this. This is like too cool.
And
man.
we'll give you
like,
some 9 Club gear too.
Like usually people give me gifts and I'm like, but like this is fucking.
Oh, you like it? Okay,
yeah,
good,
like,
good.
Well, I'm not good at I'm not good at hiding my disappointment.
Well, I'm glad you didn't throw that thing out the window.
But no, this is sick.
But we'll also give you some 9 Club stuff after the show too to take home. You know,
Absolutely.
but we thought we'd give you that little. It's got gold leaf on the pages.
Dude, this is like
this
is such a sick book. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It's really touching, man. I love Winnie the Pooh.
Jason Dill,
Pleasure.
thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you so much.
Raj,
Yes.
Kelly.
Yeah, Jason.
Have a safe ride home.
Thanks.
So you know you don't
Uber.
drive.
Every time I get in the Uber, I'm like, look, I'm in no fucking hurry. I'm not trying to die. Mario Andretti.